in Fairwind City.
Oh, I guess this is before you're doing your mass investigation.
Investigation, yes, or a purge for the entire city.
Purge.
Only for
Excuse me?
demons and devils. It won't affect anyone who isn't one.
I'm pretty sure there have been cases of extraplanar refugees from the Hells, but sadly none that have confirmed their identities to the government. Probably for a good reason. It'll only serve them bad. So those that are probably hiding are probably going to be affected by your mass purging, but none that have legalized themselves, apart from the familiars of some of our warlock adventurers. You might want to have to let them know in advance.
I'll let some people know, and they can spread the word. More so the leaders of their little groups.
Actually, I'll save you the trouble. I'll do that. Sure.
I was hoping you can do the more broader spectrum. My associate has the idea of simply announcing any legal, fiendish, or devil activities, or extraplanar beings, to vacate in a certain area of town.
I can do both.
Oh, in that case, perfect. You'll have about 8 hours, that's okay.
Oh, that's... well, he immediately gets like a stone and he says, "Attention, citizens of Fairwind," and then he begins explaining what the hell is actually happening.
Don't tell them about the purge. Just simply say all legal people are here.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yes.
please.
They are to. So yeah, Talon would get back to you, Alex, and you'd probably get back to guys to make sure that the main foyer of the Adventurers Guild is exempt from the forbiddance.
Yes, we'll be inspecting nets ourselves.
Good.
I have to chime in as well.
Yes.
In regards to Talon's reach, depending on how much holy water is available, is there a way to magically imbue it with the storm and have it just shower over the city?
Would require a lot of holy water, but that's also not a bad idea. Just in case this forbiddance thing
Unless
works.
they are indoors and
doesn't
they
work.
realize it's holy water.
Yes, they will quickly then retreat to shelter, and those that have screamed out loud will probably just wait it out. So probably not practical, but good. Yes.
Our plan doesn't involve any lingering effects, except for maybe some bodies, which we'll clean up ourselves.
I certainly hope not. And if there are bodies, so be it. I expect any of these problems of my city to be dealt with as swiftly as possible. And as such, yes, you will be rewarded upon this. Should it be some sort of a clear case of an invasion that I did not know about? Otherwise, continue.
We're simply making precautions. Any legal sort of demons or devils, I'll be inspecting later today. I do not need sleep, so I'll be accounting for all of them. Anyone new during, specifically when we do this purge, we'll have to ask some question.
That sounds good. Well, I've already made the announcement, and they are probably making their way towards the foyer as we speak. So, I guess you can be on your way.
Perfect. I assume guys has heard the message, but I'll go inform them just in case.
Yeah, you guys would have heard the message, and know to avoid it. And eventually, 8 hours later, when the nighttime hits, your plan is pretty well and truly sound. The forbiddances are set up, and your anti-magic sphere has been actually alit this entire time, suppressing the effects. You're not quite sure what the time limit is on the sphere, because it has been on for a while, suppressing these effects.
Can I do it 10 foot underground, so anything that's hiding in the sewers also gets affected?
Yeah, sure. You certainly can.
Well, Alex will be in the foyer, by the way, since
okay.
He's risk it
only four individuals show up. Two of them look to be like your ordinary tiefling. Two of them are clearly more than a tiefling, more enhanced, sort of like emphasized horns. but they don't see the two Cambions now that you see them don't seem to be all that bothered. In fact, they look smug and just like something. This is just tedious. The two tieflings they're terrified. They seem to be like a couple.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the first tieflings.
Yeah.
Sort of give my condolences, wearing the badge proudly. Sorry for the
Okay.
inconvenience. This is just for a matter of safety. And he'll just give them both 5 platinum coins each.
They go, oh, thanks, I guess. Yeah, we came as quickly as we could. My wife and I are actually devil blood tieflings. We came from the hells. Not a nice place. So what's this purge that we're meant to be avoiding? Are we in the right spot?
Yes, you are,
No-
don't worry.
Okay. Do we have to
See,
be not touching the walls, right?
no, you'll be fine. My friend is very
Okay.
We are
yeah.
simply expelling potentially some unwanted guests. It's just a precaution. It will take only a moment. Although you will stay here for the next day, which is why I'm giving you this currency.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Thank you, I guess.
After the day is done, you may go about your life as if nothing happened.
Clyde, I'm
Right.
gonna juice the spell.
You gonna what?
Juice the spell up a bit.
Juice it. How so?
Gonna pay a few coins to make it do a bit more damage.
How much
Which
coins?
instance?
I knew that was the last thing.
All of them.
One more.
What do you mean by all of them? Give me a.
It'll be five castings, so if my infernal dealings, how much health would I be looking at?
You have no idea.
I think most of my demons that I've dealt with and devils are only about the 50 or 60 health point mark. Like mid-level adventure sort of deal.
Yes.
Well, I believe Forbiddance is first time they enter on a turn, which includes it's the turn it's summoned. So they should take 2 instances of damage before they even get a chance to do anything.
Yeah. My guys' thinking is they need to die before they can cause any
At least they're having good
issues.
intentions. But the people that I'm very
They'll take 10 d10 radiant damage unless they have the alert feat. Because it's first time on a turn or starts turn there. So it's cast, 5d10, their turn starts, 10d10. So on average, you'll kill all minor demons, but not major demons, which will be what the guard is for.
Put in, I think it'd be 30,000 gold's worth to juice it all up to 12d10 per tick.
Doesn't quite work like that. As you try and offer the coins, or at least the materials worth of the coins, more. I'd say with this 35,000 gold worth more of like the dust needed. As you offer it up and just cast the forbiddance, it doesn't seem to take.
I'll DM you.
The dust, by the way, Clyde, isn't consumed on use.
Oh, isn't consumed on use? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using okay. Make a persuasion check.
I also go up to the Cambions and give the same thing. You look confident. I suppose you have a reason for that. Do you suppose that any potential demons and devils will not be in the city, or are you hoping they die? I don't quite know your relations.
Oh no, we're fucking hunting them down, my brother and I. And the brother just nods, and and the talkative one just says, "Yeah, we get a bit of a license to hunt down and kill some of those fucking demons. But if you're gonna be doing the job for us, we thought, fuck it, like just stay here."
That works. And of course, for accommodations for the day or so you'll be here, unless we can clear all demons out by tonight and give you the password, that'll be much simpler. You'll also give them 5 floating pieces each.
Okay. He looks at them, chucks them in the air, catches them all, pockets them, and he says, "Yeah, appreciate it. Not all you bloody people are rude, even though you're not really a people.
I've
Person,
been a
people.
skeleton for a year and a half. I'm not quite from here. I'm from the north. Town called Yaskba, if you have.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Yeah, yes, I know.
Just let us know. Look, we'll be willing to help. Honestly, no devil's contract needed and shit like that. We're under one anyway. So if you find any of those demon assholes, we'll fuck them up for you.
Very good. Wouldn't happen to know any existing demons or devils that will be here legally?
If it was demons, we would have picked a fight with them already. Devils,
You thought you were to bring
They're
Yeah,
not expecting
apart from-
anyone else to show up. Is well.
not really. No. Apart from that couple, they smell like the hells. He says, pointing to the couple that are like terrified, avoiding every like walls. They're just like walking around like.
His own one is the
Like,
worst
no-
one.
And like, the wife was like, but you need to go to the toilet. It's like, no, honey, not now. They might be putting the spell up anytime, and we might just burn up. We have to stay here for a bit. Just hold it in. The Camion is just.
There should
funny.
be accommodations over there, assuming if there is any. I'll say this.
His one's the worst though.
You
get a bucket and go yeah, it's all like,
It-
hey, you get a
it's a
bucket
guild
in
hall
it,
now.
yeah. It's not a guild hall. You guys get the foyer as the only safe place for them.
Okay, in that case, Alex won't mention it.
Yeah.
Although once Alex like hears either screams or when the time is right, he'll just tell them the password if need
Okay.
be.
All right.
But not yet. This will be like a few hours later.
Okay. The Cambians wait patiently. These hunters, it seems, from another plane, that have apparently gotten permission to explore around here. But other than that, nothing. No more. There's 4, it seems. Guys, at that point, you watch as your gold disappears, and you get a response saying, "I'll juice it up a little bit, but not by much." Might have needed to offer a little bit more, but hey, whatever.
Wait,
Wait.
I used the exact amount that you told me.
Oh, I know, but this is spread amongst multiple. Hey, trying to pull my leg here, or are you just not aware?
That's what you gave me. You wrote the contract.
That's true. Whatever the case.
And by the way, I dedicate all these souls to you.
Yeah. Whatever the case, it's happening, and it's gonna happen, and it's happened. And you watch as you feel the forbiddance flow upon the city, as your intended design, or what I assume your intended design. I think I know what you're trying to go for, so I'll let you have the benefit of the doubt. But still suppressed by the orb. Let me know when you deactivate the orb.
Yeah, basically another 5 more castings. And then do the same
Okay.
thing. Like each time.
Okay.
Crank it up. Alright. Time to deactivate the wait a minute. I'm gonna move away from the orb and sending Alex. Did Talon give any specific times? Well, actually, I'm assuming you got someone there, and I'm running out of words.
Yep.
It's Alex in the back. You're ready to do it at any time. Although do send me the password when you get the chance.
Just click the fingers, and whoever's minioning me the orb disables it.
Okay. It's probably Kitty, and she disables it and activates. All of you that are in Fairwind City at the time, make a perception check, including you, Totem.
Oh shit. So that's who it is.
Ready.
Am I there?
Envious. I can't even get
You are.
get that if I 20'd.
So wait, is all the Dragon Slayers there?
I
Then?
will make
do it.
Let's just say all the Dragon
God
Slayers.
damn it, I rolled a 2! Are you
Alex
kidding?
would have
I'm a fucking
Alex would
man.
have recommended it.
Oh, never mind.
I'll
I'll do some more.
I
We
rolled
got
a
it.
4.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled an 18. I got really lucky.
This is some good rolls from the.
It's pretty
I
good.
From the
just
shit
have
out of
really
us.
high perception.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I'm a
Me
plus
and
8, man.
expertise, I don't.
Like,
Good morning.
is
I could have got
bad.
a nat 20. Bullshit.
Kitty, Totem, guys, Welby, Gerald, Rallis, you lot don't hear much. Apart from maybe perhaps the feeling of the air changing with the forbiddance, and you feel, oh yeah, it's probably happened. As you guys are, I assume the Dragon Slayers would have worked together on this and stationed themselves in different parts of the city. Am I correct on this?
I'd
We're
imagine
smart
so.
about it.
Yeah.
I'd imagine
Alex,
so.
Alex was taking the 4 years.
Yeah.
He's the only one is undead.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll ask
assuming
this.
that he would have sent Rycroft away once it was explained to him.
I can also assume Will's with me, so can he roll too?
Yeah, sure. Roll for Will for me. With
He's-
advantage,
yeah.
because Will has told most of the squadrons that have come back to help with this endeavor.
He's splitting.
22.
22.
Nice.
That's my
Alright.
boy.
So, Will, alongside all of the people that I just said, don't hear anything.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I rolled a 23.
Yeah,
so,
23.
Yep.
Can't he then?
Rycroft.
Oh,
Yeah, Rycroft, Alex, and guys. Your ears are intent, full, and perceptive as of today. As you guys pay attention and tune out everything around you and listen to the city itself. Nothing.
Well, seems as though there's nothing to worry about.
What are we waiting for?
It seems, yeah, Nanok, you don't hear anything as well. It seems the forbiddance definitely has taken effect. You did feel it, active, and then a pass from the city, as well as confirmation from the Dogs of War themselves in a major like patrol run along the city, as well as a confirmation from Talon's guards. Nothing changed. But those of you that would be walking around, those of you, Alex, Kitty, Rycroft, Will, would notice too, and guys.
That's my boy.
From your perception checks, this is strange, huh? It's very, very, very faint, but on occasion, on random parts of the city, and then just wafting away afterwards, there's still the smell of sulfur.
Rycroft would like to try and track it.
With that perception check, you track it until it just blows away on the wind. You're in the docks.
Is Alex get the password eventually?
I assume undead wasn't specified, right? Because you have undead
I know,
allies
but
in the city.
I assumed it was. That's why he's in here. Like, he
I
said,
wander over to Ezekiel, Alex. By the way, I didn't include undead. There is no password.
he responds back, "That's annoying. That means these people had to stay in here for an entire day."
The tiefling couple are like terrified still. And the
That's
other-
alright, friends. I'll take you to another city. Where do you want to go?
Huh? Are you talking to the people in the foyer? The Cambians and the tieflings?
Yeah.
I mean, we'd like to stay here. We have a house here. And the Cambians are like, our business is here. No thanks.
I see. Well, I'd strongly suggest staying in this immediate vicinity for the next 23 hours and 50 minutes. Otherwise, well,
Yeah.
I would like-
What the fuck? I thought it was 8 hours. The Cambion just begins saying.
He didn't give a fucking password, the stupid idiot.
Hey, look, you already gave me some money. Fuck it. We'll stay. All right. They go back to playing their cards. Whereas the tieflings they're genuinely like relieved and at the same time just like a little disappointed. It's also 24 hours. But yeah,
I'm gonna go wander the streets, see if there's still people on the streets.
yeah, there's still people on the streets.
I meant like the abundance or lack thereof.
Oh, the
Like,
abundance. Yes, there still is. The same people. Like I said before, when I described Fairwind City, like the trees would be abundant of like the tents and stuff. There's no random charred body out in the streets. Yeah, nothing.
Could I ritual cast detect magic and have a wander, make sure like the coverage is as expected?
Yeah.
Alex will also cast see invisibility, by the way, as he's wandering around.
Okay,
the
both of
streets, seeing if
you walk by, do a pass of the city. Nothing catches you guys by surprise. There's see invisibility catches the occasional arcane eye wandering around, but you get the sense that's the Fairwind City surveillance.
Is there any towers in the city?
Yeah, there is like one large clock tower, and in the outskirts there would be towers for where the weather mages keep the storms away.
Gonna meander my way around, making sure they're not all clustered up above the range.
Okay. You actually get to the towers themselves. They seem to be guarded, and entry is prevented until you show your badge. And they inform you that, you know, no one's been past them as of late, but you can check in the towers if you want.
Yeah, with getting essentially 1 day rests in the fire plane, right?
Yes.
What did Alex get for supplies, by the way, for like tracking demons?
What was that, sorry?
Tell him to
demon
go
tracking.
give us supplies in an hour.
You
What exactly?
give them
what exactly-
supplies?
Yeah, you said that. Tell him to get us supplies, holy water plus some other stuff in an hour.
Oh yes. Yeah. Say five vials of holy water, and you guys get 3 goggles of what seems to be they're activation only. That lasts for around 8 hours. That's pretty good. They last for 8 hours, but are activation only. You guys get 3 pairs of goggles of true seeing.
Oh shit! I already have my goggles of night vision.
Cool.
Alex
Yeah.
is gonna pocket one of those.
Alice would be off on his own, just wandering the city, sort of surveilling, doing what
Okay.
he's told. Gonna cast at will Arcane Eye,
You can.
and I'll just send it off in pretty much just the opposite direction to me. I would just be using my action to move it.
So you're just
Sort of a
covering double
surveillance.
ground.
Yeah.
Alright, good to know. That's probably the arcane eye Alex just saw wander by, and you do see Alex through it. It's like, oh, you found them. But yeah, other than that, you guys do a thorough, clean sweep of the city with your true seeing goggles, spraying the occasional person that actually does smell like sulfur. Very faintly, you find one. You spray holy water on him. He just goes, what the fuck?
No, he won't do that. He would grab out the bottle, sort of.
No, Rycroft would be doing that.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Of course he would be.
Making it look like a performance, pretending he's drunk and spilling drinks on people.
Yeah, he goes, what the? Hey, watch it.
Hey, matey! And he's just gonna toss
Ah.
a gun point at every person he does. And just be like, have another one.
Okay, thank you, I guess. I don't know what to feel about. And he just walks away. Alex, you'd find one as well that Rycroft is yet to spill on. What would you be doing to it?
Simply to say, for an experiment, could you please just hold out your hand? I'll be dousing you with holy water. Okay, douse.
All right. I ain't religious or anything. Is this gonna burn me?
If you're a demon, yes.
Oh shit! I hope I'm not a demon. Eve holds his hands out.
There's a smallest drop of holy water. I'm not wasting any.
As you drop. No, I'm kidding. Nothing. He goes, yeah, what was that? I felt a tickle. Am I a demon?
No, you're not.
Oh,
Assuming there's a
shit.
burn mark on his hand.
Oh, that's boring. Did you find any demons?
No, but if you were one, you'll be dead. So be glad you're not.
Oh shit. All right. Well, glad I ain't dead. Hey, let me know if you find any demons, skeleton guy. Hey, you're cool. Yeah, walks away.
Oh, fucking
It's
hell.
just the way the
Alex
Skelly
hates
guy
his-
gets
Alex hates his life.
funny bones.
Surrounded by idiots.
You are in the richest city with 20 million refugees. You guys are gonna have a good time and a bad time. And
Skelly Bones,
Skelly Bones,
Shiny
Skelly
Bones,
guy.
Mr.
Yeah.
Smile, Orphan Eater.
What are
Enough
these
of the
things?
nicknames.
Like fried
Milk
shrimp,
Favor.
yeah, boiled shrimp, boiled
Well, when
shrimp.
you put it like that, I'm kind of worried that I gave my crew
Oh, no.
fine. The way
Yep.
you just said that, I'm kind of worried that I gave my crew 7,000 gold to go out and party.
Oh, they're fucking.
Someone
Man,
someone
those
actually
are-
get robbed.
A lot of gold.
We got invested into Bubba Shrimp.
They're in the huge cartoon oversized stalls that look like stalls, but once you go in them, they're stalls covering casinos. They're in the best place in the world, my guy. According to
Oh,
them.
God.
they're going to be out of money in 2 hours.
How's it for
2 days, 2 days.
Does guys detect any magic that's abnormal?
Occasionally, but once you get the closer look, it's just the occasional guy with like a ring of protection. It's like some nobles like out in the city just have random shit for Rallis to steal. I mean, liberate, but yeah. Other than that, it's like, yeah. I mean, you're sure you did the pass and the spell, and thoroughly check, even especially with your squadrons as well. Your squadrons, maybe you don't trust them enough, or maybe you do, but like they're relatively skilled. Will would like vouch for them, and even they didn't detect anything. They even beat one of the people that smelled like sulfur up, and it was just normal blood and whatnot. But they had a good They had a good reason to do so. Things got a bit heated, and they got into an argument. They got into a fist fight.
Can I check towers and then thieves' dens that might be below the 10 foot?
Who
Okay.
at least one of the
That I know of?
Oh, the mercenary one for sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Alex is going to
Hands
do
down.
anything specific. He's going to spend like the entire night since he's asleep just investigating everywhere.
Okay, you guys investigate everywhere. Even in the thieves' dens that Mr. H gives you the information about to investigate, you without needing to roll any sort of encounters. These are like minor level 3, level 5, like thugs and thieves encounters. But you fucking overpower them and just be like, just doing a quick pass. None of the thieves' dens that seem to be burnt or crisped. None that you can see with that perception. Yeah. But yeah, with all of this investigating, I'd say a day has passed. There are now 5 hours left until the press conference with all your investigating, and yeah, nothing has come to fruition. Your crew seems fine, Rycroft. In fact, they're more than fine. Some of them have invested their gold into properties, which is weird. And then you realize Shaka has told them, hey, buying a house here will probably get you more gold in the future. And some of them have taken his advice. Whereas the other 80%, they've already kind of lost most of their gold.
Rycroft's going
Roll
to
to see
sigh and be like, Shaka, the ones who
Yeah.
invested, remember them. They did good. The ones who lost their money, they're going to have they're going to have to watch the ship extra. However, on their time off, here's another 2,000.
Captain, you're too soft. Yeah, sure. They'll sober up and realize it's probably not a good idea. A lot of them will be following my advice from now on, I think. You're too kind, Captain. Here, that lads, you got fucking more money. They're like,
I'm going to lean down to I'm going to lean up to Shaka because the dude's probably bigger than me. And be like, I'm also being nice because once the war starts, things are going to go from bad to shitstorm real quick.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that, Captain, but we'll be with you all the way. At least I will be. I know, You know me, I'm just putting on a show for the lad. Yeah, fucking, I'm going gambling as well, he says.
Rykov's just gonna laugh, shake his head, and then he's gonna message Talon real quick using
Okay,
the
what do you...
link.
Yeah, what do
He's gonna
you...
just specify with Talon, matey, with the Storm Maid, keep him out of view from the regular folk. And then
You get a
once I've
response
hold my
saying...
hand up,
Oh yeah, sorry.
he's gonna cast the spell to gather the clouds. It'll look better that way.
So the hand up is your signal?
Indeed. Once I raise my hand, the cloud should gather. Make it poetic-like, you know?
Good to know. Alright, yeah, I'll write a missive and I'll let them know. You shall have your performance.
Thanks, matey.
And that's
Hey, I was going to ask this quickly. So what beans are these, Valis, that you're planting 30 feet away from the inn?
Oh fuck, wait, you have a... Oh shit!
Beans.
Five
Hang on,
magic
this-
beans.
This has been with us for a while, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
I don't know which beans. If it's the bag of beans, I'm terrified.
It is the bag of beans.
It is
Fuck.
maybe... Okay, I haven't said this in a while, but Dizzy, are you sure?
Yes.
Wait, Dizzy, is this the sunshine inn?
This is the sunshine in, yes.
Are you sure?
Can you... Alright, Relics, could you roll for me a D100, please?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm looking at this. If you kill people, I'm killing you. Like,
Good luck.
this will turn into PvP.
76. Okay,
Okay,
could you roll
fine,
for me a
that's fine.
D6, please?
That seems
God.
fine, unless he's using a different sheet. We probably will be, but it seems
D6, sorry.
Yes, a D6.
It's crazy.
Oh! Okay.
This is the thing I
Alright.
got last time as well.
Oh, let me touch up on that before after the press conference, I guess.
Yeah.
Have we already gone into anarchy?
No, it's fine.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, anyway,
Oh, it's 1 minute later. Hold on, never mind. No, it's 1 minute later it grows. So what is it?
yeah, I know. Don't worry. Anyway,
don't worry, he said.
you guys are not
Yep.
there. Rallis is. Rallis,
was
you'd be.
us.
Oh, I know.
But,
The instant
Also,
DM
my-
this does.
you might
Guys,
be here.
it's going to seem like metagaming, but I was going to go get Alex to replenish on souls since he used spell slots.
Oh, I know. And then you guys would be, at Fairwind City. I'd assume Rallis does this as the last thing he'll do before going with you guys.
Yeah, I feel like he'll be doing this when we get back after looking for the people, I think.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that does take a while. And when you guys get back to Sunshine Inn, and then go back to Fairwind City, Rallis would have already planted this, and it starts to grow. I didn't specify how fast this thing grows, but it does begin growing in a minute. So yes, this isn't noticeable at all.
That's great. Alex, Julius, I'll tell him. You don't happen to have any spare drow prisoners, do you?
Talon?
Yeah, Talon. Talon's the one be giving me my prisoners the entire time, according to you.
Oh yeah. He's got the usual.
Perfect. Well, as you wanted to see how the process was done.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. All right.
Tell him. I also give it like a detailed explanation of like how he investigated, what he found, which was a lot of nothing, but he still smelled the sulfuric. Well, I guess his companions smelled sulfur in the air, which was concerning since
All right. He'll
usually it's
continue.
humans.
He'll continue the investigation, but since nothing has come up of it, it'll be like a little below the
It'll
most
be on the
important
back
list.
burner.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's just like it should be fine. It's not anything massive, at least that we could do.
It concerns me on two fronts. The fact that you guys weren't able to quickly discern or find out what it actually was, and the fact that something is over my city that large but isn't really interfering with anything. Yeah, we should be fine. Yeah. Oh, I guess the local wizards that have their teleportation circles in use would probably find it not really working for a bit. But we have our own private teleportation circles that are shielded from such effects, so it's not a worry.
We were supposed to get a password, but someone forgot to make one.
About that, yeah. Could you next time, for the sake of not having
I assumed as much that we'd make a
Yeah,
password,
I
but
just
he
had a
didn't make one. I was going to
couple
tell
of the
you immediately.
Cambions and that poor tiefling couple. Just I'll make sure to.
Yes.
I believe they have been reimbursed, but I'll make sure to give them a
Yes,
bit of a special treatment.
Right now, 5 platinum each.
That seems more than enough, I guess. All right, there's a lot for me to write about, as well as for my brother to take care of, since he is the official mayor of the city, and there's a lot to do today now because of that announcement. So
I always like the bodies dispersed, by the way. Usually I do when the sunshine in. But I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think
What?
they'll-
Yeah, the drows. I thought
The
you
drow,
meant he
the drow.
found. Yeah. Just leave them as they are in the cells. We'll usually take care. Have someone take care of it.
Oh, and did forget to mention, I apologize for the mess I might have made with my clone.
Mess? Clone?
Back in the war efforts, I believe I left a bunch of skin in a cell door.
Oh, that's disgusting. I don't think I know of such a thing, but I guess some of the guards must have already cleaned it up. If I don't know about it.
I should have. I did tell them of the situation.
I see. Well,
if they left it there, that's just incompetence.
all right. He nods to the both of you, then realizes Rallis was there. He goes, "Oh,
Hey,
Hey.
didn't realize you had someone with you."
This
And-
is the spell scroll detail I was talking to you about.
Oh, that's interesting. He walks away.
Right. This way, Willis.
Hey.
Ah, interesting point of order. Rallis, you were unknowingly just sneaking about. Talon seems to have noticed you. Interesting guy.
well, I hate him.
We all kind of do. He has proven to die several times in battle, but maybe he's gotten better.
That's a bit of a harsh
Mycroft
thing to
doesn't
say.
hate him. Mycroft actually enjoys him.
Poor Talon.
You haven't seen him in battle properly. Actually, you have.
Right-
Why do you like him?
He wasn't impressed by his
Guys,
battle,
I just
however,
roll
he
really
does
bad for him,
the
okay? He's not that bad.
Yeah,
no,
but,
no,
like,
no,
luck-
Clyde. This is
Like, if
everything
you
that
saw someone
happens now.
fumble and die and not land a single attack, you'd think he's back, no?
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
Mycroft doesn't cross his
Yeah.
actual battle
Clyde,
prowess.
everything
Mycroft
that happens
needs
so far
to-
is a canon event, and you can't change anything about
Yep,
it
I
unless
know.
specifically said by
The
you.
dice,
So
the dice has said he is a shitter. So that's
Anyways, I would simply go to the cells and go through the process of sucking one soul.
okay.
It's
Easy enough.
not really that
Yeah.
hard a process. I basically just kill the person, resurrect them with my thing on 1 HP, knock them out since they're so weak, and then siphon their soul while they're asleep.
Dinner for two.
dinner for
And
two.
the resurrection that I do cannot be denied. They have to come back to life and die.
That is
Disturbing.
lengthy.
It is.
That is terrifying.
I do this 3 separate times for multiple for adequate long rest.
Awesome. How many prisoners are in here?
A lot.
There seems to be like a good 40 or so that were detained for later trials, it seems, or Alex sucking.
How do
Pretty
you?
suck.
So how
I've
do
asked
you?
Helen to store them for me.
How do you do it? How do you do it? And he'll like move his hands like magic, like he's doing somatic components, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
It's a variation of a very long and strenuous technique I had to learn.
You're not squeamish, are you? Oh, I guess you killed those guys.
You know, how I basically give life to people and take it away. I just do it on a much higher scale.
Is Colson gonna be the?
Rallis, do the prisoners fight back, or like what's their like?
Sometimes
I mentioned they tried to, but Alex is.
they
fucking
try to, but they're
strong.
already like, yeah. The prisoners don't seem to be magical at all. They're like standard fare soldiers, and they throw hands to like no avail. You know.
Okay, he would grab one. He's gonna pull out his.
If it's
dagger.
a live one, Alex will stop him.
Oh, wait, what? Isn't that what you did?
This drow is just like looking at you guys, just like struggling.
It is, but I need him later.
Oh, I want.
It-
But I thought we
What?
were gonna together.
Not quite. Is this like after or before he does all 3 souls?
Well, there's more than 3 people here, right?
Yes, but Alex only needs 3, is how he described it to you.
Right. This would be after you do your 3.
I would much prefer to keep the souls intact.
Wait,
Is there
what
any...
about mine?
Yours? Are you going to try to recreate this?
Well,
This
I
is
mean,
a-
I can't.
His power comes from Shinra themselves.
They sound like a great guy.
You can't really just recreate it on the spot. That'll humor you. He'll kill this one, resurrect him at 1 HP and knock him out. And just gesture. As if, go ahead.
No,
Really?
what do you do?
So is it the guy's asleep?
He seems to be
asleep, yes.
unconscious. Yes.
Could you drain their soul while they're asleep?
I can only do it while they're asleep.
And
They have to be
then-
alive, but they have to
What-
be not really fighting.
Well,
What-
unconscious, not
oh.
asleep.
I could, in theory, have them tied up and unable to move and keep them tortured for an hour, but sleeping seems more humane.
Nah, I got this. And he'll pull out his dagger and move in. And he would like. Pretty much, he's just gonna go for like a death blow.
Alright.
With the dagger that he's got. And pretty much hold like the back of their head, press his forehead to their forehead, and like he would stab them and like breathe in their last breath.
As you do this, Alex, you watched all of this and you're like thinking to yourself, yeah, there's no way it could be recreated. And then if a skeleton could frown, you watched as this guy who just watched your process, and you'd explained it was a lengthy, and it is a lengthy process. This power to your knowledge is unique to you, because of specifically the powers that you wield, and your experiences that have accumulated up to this point. In order to sustain yourself in this form, this evolution even had to have happened to you. And you just watch this fucking scroll eater of a guy, Rallis, recreate it by breathing in the last breath, and you watch as the very soul, the very essence, in which you can see as well, just go into him. And
As I see the soul, can I cast Soul Cage and stop it?
it's a bit too late.
Damn.
As you have that thought, Rallis, the effects of Death Ward are now in your body.
Alex
That
is
was
gonna,
disgusting.
Alex is gonna look towards him. How'd you do that?
What do you mean? I just did what you did.
How did you do that? What you did was an imitation, but a better one. You either knew how to do this before and was mocking me, or you somehow learned on the spot, and your learning abilities could be very useful to us. So how do you do it?
He would hold up his hands. The dagger that's in his hand at the time would float beside his hand. He'd be like, "Whoa, I don't know, man."
I only work here.
Can I make an insight check, please?
Make an insight check.
Because this is going against everything Alex has ever lived for.
Yeah,
It's
it
funny.
does, doesn't it? Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
50 after
15.
so-
Honestly, he's not that hard to read. He seems forthright. He doesn't know.
Holy fuck.
You do
I'll
know
just-
that I will be asking for some. Experiment is the wrong word for this. I'd like to observe you in the future, much more closely.
Oh, that sounds like a bad idea. But
It'll be a good idea for you. If I can learn how you do this, I can help you recreate it more often and more usefully.
that's fair.
Right.
But for now, do it again. He's gonna kill a prisoner.
Oh, what?
Whoa. Holy fuck.
Do you try and do it again, Rallis?
Oh, I'm full. He went to rub his belly.
Do it again, please. You don't need to absorb the soul. I just need to be able to soul cage it once I see it.
Oh,
So,
okay. He would try to replicate what he did.
Okay. It fails. As if what Rallis said was true. It seems he's full, and he can't fit more.
an
Well,
anomaly.
You know what they say. First time's a charm.
I'm
Do they?
curious.
Do they?
It's third time usually. But yes, he'll revive the person, throw him back in his cell.
Okay. Yeah. Easily, yeah, you are able to revive them because the soul was not taken out.
That's cool. Horrifying, but cool.
It's you get used to it with no emotion. That's
Alright.
you baffle me. Who do you say this maker was again?
Don't really know. Never met the guy. Don't like him though.
Right.
I kind of just want to. I mean, he's the maker. I just want to eat all this stuff.
Do you mind if I have our cleric, the Dark Stormwar, cast a few spells on you? Nothing on you per se, but that shield of yours.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I'll let you have a soul from my collection. Surely at least legend lore could be cast upon your shield.
It would just be like making it like a.
Alex waits. He's an undead. He has all the time in the world.
Tell you what. I don't really like people knowing stuff about me.
Yes, but if I'm frank with you, I would need to know. You absorbed a soul, which took me to transform into this with the blessings of a titan. And you can just do it with a dagger and breathing it in instantaneously.
Well, I mean,
It
you're
takes
a good,
me
you're a good teacher.
hours to do this. If this is something I could teach. He's so lucky Alex doesn't have emotions. He'd be so fucking mad right now. If this is something I could teach, I would have taught it to everyone already. It would be a much more efficient way of long resting.
That's fair enough. It's kind of a horrifying way of long resting.
Horrifying, perhaps, but it is more efficient. Besides, you didn't seem to mind too much by absorbing that person's soul. Which, if I'm wrong, Clyde, took him like less than a minute. It was literally like instantaneous, right?
Yeah, honestly, it was that motion, the breathing in, and it just happened. For you, it's a longer process of like the soul going in and like fueling you. This wasn't like a fuel. It looked like he straight up fucking ate it.
Yeah, Alex's mind, if he can eat the soul, he can then digest said soul. So over the hour, he can do what it
Yeah, probably eventually he'll get that fuel, but you have no idea what this guy's stomach is made of. If it's...
That's all.
He's just so hungry.
Yeah,
Definitely-
it's just it is a lot of options just come to you at once, and you get the sense none of them are right. But there has to be something to this. It's odd.
If you're interested in souls and how you're able to control them, I'd recommend visiting one of my teachers.
Oh,
Do you know the Lich of Sundane? In fact, I'm pretty sure he's the one that
I think.
summoned you.
Well, yeah, we've met.
I would like to describe it to him exactly what you did.
Mhm.
And we'll see if he knows anything about it.
Right. I think that's a good idea.
We'll find out. But for now,
3 hours until the press conference, and
but
in
for
this
now, be careful.
in this time we have Rycroft, going back towards the inn. Rycroft, make a perception check for me. No, 25. You swear that tree wasn't there before. It's just. But it seems to be 25. It's growing like a centimeter every minute as you just watch it. Huh. That's a bit odd.
He's not sending anyone because he doesn't have anyone else linked to him. Other than
Not
Talon.
really, no. But
he'll let the others know when he gets back.
yeah, you also. It's really convenient because you have quite literally the Archbishop of War, the one who was talked about, to always wanton war. You have her right there by the tree, watering it.
Well, that's
Yeah, he's gonna definitely ask some questions. Lass, what you doing there? I know I'm only a seafarer, but trees ain't meant to grow like that.
She holds both she holds the watering can in both hands and curtsies you, and she says, "Well, it was an anomaly, and I decided such a lively tree. I was going to help it grow."
Fair enough then, lass. I came here for a different purpose. Do you have a moment?
Of course. And you watch as her bodyguard, who's always not too far away, just stands behind her, arms folded, in his like full-plated demeanor, cape, gauntlets, the whole shebang. His halberd there at his side as well.
Did you say his helmet or Howard?
His helmet.
That'd be
Okay.
terrifying goes with Howard too.
He's equipping his Howard. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Rycroft's gonna go, I spoke to, Shiny Bones and Talon as well.
Alright.
Do you think you could make use of this again for our cause? And he's gonna pull the bow out of his bag of holding. I don't have the time to learn how to shoot it well myself.
Make a persuasion check. $29, and then she asks. She purses her lips, and she like looks at it as if like heavily considering. And then she looks at you and she smiles and she says, "Do you follow God?"
I've never been one for exact religions. Although the storms have always blessed me.
Hmm.
But
The
I
winds
don't
of
know how
Talus
to
could
use these.
carry you ever forward. Or
Do you know of Talus? So I met a lightning guy in the skies.
Well, now,
vaguely,
looks like it's
I
your
know
turn
of the
to
other
teach them a
religions,
lesson.
although
Yeah,
I
right
myself
out of Saiyan
am
University.
the harbinger and the chosen of the god of lights, of the god of war. And for that, and due to that, I mean, I do not know much about the other religions and the sects, but I do know of one thing. They share a... Talus and my god share the same table in the pantheon. They are both gods of war, she says, smiling. I believe we can do great things together. If you give me this, I'll see to it that I'll put it to good use. There may be a time in the war where my bastion over here would need some sort of assistance from afar, and so would you.
I'll take
So-
any help. Yeah, lady. I'm just a simple sailor.
Oh, you see much, much more than that. But I digress. Huh. This tree is an extra 3 feet tall. Look at that. She says, looking at the tree.
Michael's kind of like twitch nervously. He doesn't like being next to a tree that goes that fast. He's a sea person. He's not a land boy. He's not comfortable with a tree growing that quick.
I wonder what will become of this. Interesting. Bastion, have you seen anything like this on your travels? And he just says, "No, my lady. But it seems to give the same power as that of the world tree." And she says, "That's interesting. Oh dear. I wonder. Huh. Well, I'll have an axe ready for it, just in case," she says, winking. But that shouldn't be the case. I'll accept the bow. I don't really have a condition for this. Apart from I shall give you my assistance for when the time comes in the war. But do you have any sort of conditions for me?
To be honest, lass, I didn't even know if you'd take the bow.
Oh.
However, your assistance is always appreciated. It was hard enough to take you down with a group.
Well, thank you. You lot are talented as well for doing so. That being said, for me to thrive in battle, one must be prepared in all cases of war, in all cases of battle. Bows, swords, staves, magic. I could use all the help I could get. And I cannot wait for the next installment of this war to unfold. It will be glorious.
Lass, I'm merely focused on staying alive and figuring out what the winds hold for me. But after this, if you ever wish to travel, there's always a spot aboard my humble ship for you. And your rather imposing bodyguard.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's a big softy in the inside. That is not true.
Reminds me of my first mate.
Oh, whatever. But I have been known to travel. I will charter your course, Captain. I will charter your ship, Captain, should I have a chance to set a course.
Sounds lovely, lady.
It's around 10 feet now, she says, looking up.
Right, if it please you, my lady, he really doesn't like being next to that tree because it's growing so quick. He's like, if it please you, my lady, I'm gonna go back to Fairwind and my ship and the sea.
Do have a wondrous time, she says, looking confused, looking at the tree. Have I ever mentioned
Yes.
I never liked growers, Bastion? And she just like walks off.
Right, Crawford's gonna find the nearest way to get back to Fairwind away from the tree.
Yeah, as Nerva's there, and he's like, "Are you ready to?" Whoa, what is that?
Please get me though. Back to my ship, please. I don't like
I
that
shall-
tree. The others, please.
I shall take care of this. I'll get you to Fairwind City. I wonder
Thank you,
what.
mate. Please.
I wonder what
please
happened
pick me
here.
up.
No,
Words
yes,
later.
yes. Teleport. He doesn't actually say it. He just
Thanks.
Oh yes, a teleport.
teleport.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Oh, dear God.
Teleport boof.
1 hour until the press conference. And
Rycroft
Rycroft,
will let Alex know first because he's dealt with Alex more than the others.
you get teleported to where they all are at the same time. So you're
Yeah.
all here. You're at the foyer once more. About to go into the right wing of the city hall.
And also, Kitty, did you get my message?
What
Huh?
message?
I did send you a message asking for guidance during a press conference.
I can do that. Easy.
Rycroft once again try and tip his hat that isn't there and curse.
All
Just go
right.
get a hat. Any hat'll do now.
He wants his hat.
Nova just says, I wish I could be of assistance in overseeing the press conference and answering some of the questions, but there is a more pressing concern in the island at the moment. Did anyone plant a tree by any chance as of late?
How is a tree an issue?
Ross would be
think-
sweating, but he wouldn't say anything.
He looks at everyone. Looks at Rallis. Looks at everyone again. Looks at Rallis. Well,
I may have planted a seed.
I see.
I did have some cuttings planted.
Oh, He looks towards guys and Rallis, not really knowing who is the perpetrator, and he just says,
"Just blame both of them."
"I don't. There is no blame to be needed. It shall be a problem that will be swiftly taken care of, if at all possible."
Is it big?
It is growing as we speak.
Oh, excellent. I took cuttings of the Tree of Life. The Fae will be very pleased about it.
You did what?
Don't worry, it was a young one from the Oasis. I had to save it, you see.
Seeds, cuttings. He teleports.
He must be in a hurry.
He leaves.
Can't get the sun down.
Yeah,
That's really good news, Rallis. I never thought that they'd grow very well.
Holy fuck.
Oh
That was
my.
a tree of life. Like a
Happy days.
Can we get ready for the conference, please?
Do any of you need some magical assistance for your conference?
If you have precipitation, I have some blood on my hands from souls, but other than that.
Waves his fingers.
There is there's this blonde like high elf in beautiful like wizard robes. She herself is beautiful, and just her ponytail is just set back, and it sort of like flows towards her like left shoulder, sort of like a lightning style from FF13. And she then addresses everyone here, and she goes, the crowds are ready, as well as the merchants that will be looking to interview. Are we all set? Is there any preparations? Oh, she says towards you, Rycroft, Tabaxi, I'll be looking for your signal.
Signal?
Rycroft's going to nod and tip his head, and this time not reach for his hat, he's just going to tip his head. Be like, thanks, my lady.
She nods, and she says, right, she notices you cast glibness, and she just nods and smiles, and she says, I don't think there's a problem here. Would you like me to make an announcement to your entrance, or would you like to do it yourselves?
You announcing will be fine. These people have a way of making things uncomfortable if given enough time to speak.
All right. Give me 5 minutes. I have a note for this. Hang on.
So wait, what are we supposed to talk about in this conference again? Fuck.
Just
Questions. We're basically
just lots of problems to address. But yeah, you're also just recruiting. According to Nova, recruiting. Yeah.
I'm recruiting. I'll leave the problem talking to everybody else.
I'll be fine, mate.
It's because I want to. He's going to cast Death Ward on himself.
Oh, is that the one? Is that what it's supposed to look like?
It's what doesn't look like anything. It's just the spell.
Yeah, but the moves, and he would like move his hands around.
Oh, I should probably mention that Zorellis can also eat souls.
No, I didn't.
He sure
What do
did.
they taste like?
Awful. And he had 3 of them. Greedy.
I don't have I didn't eat them. I absorbed them. You ate one. In less than 5 seconds, I'd say. It took me about 3 hours to consume my souls.
I'm gonna disappear for 5. I'm just gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
fighting against
So wait,
indigestion.
who's going to be talking about what in this speech?
You're the person getting like
The recruits
people to recruit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the one going to instill an aura of confidence / intimidation. It's like, hey, people who fight in this war are this guy. This guy is fucking badass. I'll be dealing with just the more unique circumstances, just in the crowd, seeing, because of my high perception, just like people sort of commenting on you. People might be interested. He called
Sorry.
yesterday.
I disconnected. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
It's happening again.
Hey,
I
yeah,
mean-
you're just there to just speak up. I'm there to I'm just gonna be in the crowd, sort of just listening in and see what people are hearing.
I'm gonna do something real quick. Are you guys ready to be on the Japan servers? Because I am.
Yippee.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Hopefully this will fix it.
Yeah, pretty much people are just going to ask us questions and then we just take turns answering them best we can, most likely.
I should be noted that's the only people I recommend as answer questions are myself, Kitty, Gerald, and guys on technical terms and nothing more.
Oh,
Right, going to put his hand up. Apparently, I'm also meant to make a statement regarding my capabilities and willingness to participate in this upcoming battles.
You can, but you can't
As-
answer
right,
questions about anything else, if that's alright.
what do I do?
You're not technically a seasoned Dragon Slayer like the rest of us. Relish, I'm not quite sure if you even know what you're capable of. So for now, I don't know.
You're so You're
Like,
so
out of character, I really want to give you a role, but Alex is so confused about how you can do the things you do and get away with it, and no one's answering questions except for him.
He's a
Bro,
really
I-
good shot with a bow. I trust him.
You can also consume souls, you can summon a magical shield, and apparently Identify doesn't work on him.
Look, I think we can all suck a soul or two. What are you concerned about?
Wait, we? Why am I limited
Don't tell-
to this?
Don't tell me you can also absorb souls.
Gerald and I spent 6 months reaping.
Okay, I did the killing, you probably took the souls. There's a difference.
When did this happen and why?
I don't know what you were doing. You were off with the Lich doing something rather. I would have invited you along if I knew you were a connoisseur.
Okay,
It was before I
I'm
was a
back.
skeleton. to be
So
fair.
here we have Gerald, Alex, Kitty, guys, Rycroft, Rallis, and Huggus. Correct?
I think
And
so.
and Mr. Basic later. Yes.
Did anyone at all want? I'm just looking spell slots. I can expertise you essentially if you've got proficiency.
On perception, if you can, please.
I can't run multiple people at once. Is the only thing.
I see.
Okay, it's probably Gerald persuasion.
Let me guys give you a clue.
Because I already
Skill
have...
checks that'll be good here would be persuasion,
Mhm.
deception, intimidation, and insight.
Okay, so I have 2 out of the 3. I have expertise in intimidation and proficiency in persuasion. And in deception. Okay. What the fuck? Why do I
So
have to
I
help?
can't.
Why-
I can't do shit for you. What about you?
Has expertise in persuasion.
I recommend giving someone insight as to who you might, the person that's consistently looking to recruit for either the Dragon Slayers or for your own personal
you-
means. Because some of
Can
them
you
would
give
be.
someone proficiency or just expertise?
I'll cast a spell for you.
Yeah, I want to see what spell this is. Because
Because,
Alex has +6 to insight, but he has no proficiency.
You're gonna have to, if you want to use this hair, you're gonna have to.
But yeah. All right, you guys ready for the press
Oh my
conference?
god, if I have expertise
just-
and insight, I would have a
We're just
passive of
playing one
23.
spell.
I'll punch this up for us as well. Oh, no, wrong one.
Oh, animate objects.
Animate objects. Ooh.
This one.
Telepathic
Alright,
bond.
tele-
Oh.
Okay, good to know. All right.
What-
Anything else?
I'm just looking for
Huggus.
which.
I'm not doing anything, really, right?
So,
Maybe, but
You might have to
to.
answer the question.
Yeah, you might have to answer.
So you said
questions.
that's your
For this thing,
piece. Let's speak for himself, right?
do I have to do
Grapple.
it, or is it already done? Like, 'cause I
It's
live
already
here.
been done. Yeah, yeah. So you have advantage on this. So just in case you need to make those checks and convince people of stuff, you can speak up, Huggus.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I
Yeah.
remember Alex saying that I didn't really have a role to do. I mean, like he didn't say specifically me, but he named people what to do, and then had nothing.
Alex would have, Alex would have said, Huggus, you can entertain the people as well, since you are from this place. You're probably a celebrity already.
Oh, all right.
Just convince them to join the Dragon Slayers if they're capable.
Yeah.
So, skill empowerment. Your magic. You touch one willing creature. One skill of your choice until the spell ends. So, I already have I have expertise in intimidation. I already have a proficiency in persuasion and deception. The only thing I'm lacking in is insight, which I have a +1 in.
So probably looking at Kitty or Alex. Otherwise, I'll just boost my own persuasion.
I don't have
Fair
insight
enough.
proficiency, but I do have deception proficiency.
So I'm 3 out of the 4, so you don't need to worry about me.
Yeah.
Sounds as though I'm the best for myself, but
Kitty, do you
Finish
have
your vote.
insight proficiency? Oh, Cat's BRB, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Keys BRB.
I'd say Cat probably for insight, since you'll be the one talking, not being paying attention to the crowd. If
Yeah, and I'm-
Kitty doesn't have insight proficiency, I'd say give it to Gerald, unless Gerald doesn't want it.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to be recruiting, I need to make sure I'm recruiting good people, not just people that aren't going to do anything.
I suppose you could just look intimidating in the back while Kitty asks and answers.
No, my idea was he's going to answer questions and Kitty's going to look
For
at the
the
action
for
of
the
crowd
for
and see
this
what's going on.
for this and for the remainder feature, Gerald, you will have know your enemy as well.
Okay. Will also be with me, correct? Because I stated he would be.
Will would not want to, but if you really need him there, he will. But he has to get the last of the people that are still doing quests organized.
That's fine. He will be excused if need be, but he will be there for now. I just need to show line of command for now. It's
Yeah,
also
so
just
if it's-
for adding on to the intimidation factor. Like we are a set group with set roles already, in set jobs.
If it isn't Kitty with insights expertise, who else would it be?
If I get expertise, I get a passive of 23.
Yeah, it would be Kitty or Gerald, so we can stick
Yeah.
with that for now, if that's okay. If you want to progress about Kitty, I'm down the way.
Alright.
But we'll wait on her answer for when we return.
Yep. Yeah. Is Cat back?
She went to go drink.
Yeah,
No, she's back. It looks good. Wait, so I'm like,
Hi.
Hello.
hi. We're just discussing. Do you have insight proficiency?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Oh, perfect.
So Dawn's is going to give you expertise for now.
If you don't already have it.
I don't have expertise.
Cool. You're gonna have expertise in insight. You're gonna be the one judging the crowd to see if they're on board with us or not.
I'm sad.
At least
I
like secondary role. Yeah.
could have had a
Yes,
minimum of
something.
37.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll?
This is just we're preparing.
Not
for
yet,
this,
but yeah.
Not yet. Okay.
I just
Yeah, so
threw
is everyone ready now?
a spell at you.
Yep.
Alex is gonna be in the crowd. Oh, in the crowd per se. He's just gonna keep an ear out for anyone. Since he's immune to deafness, he shouldn't be
Okay.
like deafened by the crowds.
You guys don't see what it looks like just yet, but as you guys are led through to what seems to be the backstage of the podium, and as the curtains are then drawn apart, you guys see what seems to be a forum of just what looks to be a massive amount of adventurers, merchants, what seems to be leaders of some of the cities here as well, representatives of other places in the world, and everything in between, barring the normal citizen. Some of them all stand up and clap and give a round of applause as you guys witness yourselves be applauded for what seems to be probably the first time in your lives ever since you joined the Dragon Slayers. You see what seems to be in the crowd, some familiar looking faces. You see Bethany, actually, in one of the front row seats, looking expectantly at everyone, nodding. Beside her seem to be two other women that look similar to her. So could be two of her famed sort of sisters. You see what looks to be not Talon himself, but like an older-looking gentleman that looks like Talon, but probably most definitely his brother. It seems, as he wears the badge of Fairwind City and a crest, and is also like a little bit decorated, and is also standing up and applauding. Alex and guys, you would see what seems to be in the back. Some familiar figures. You see Howard over there clapping. And more importantly, why you two catch this person, you see what looks to be the guardian druid of Goldenleaf, just standing there at the back, looking at all of this. Gerald and Huggus, you guys would recognize amongst the crowd the mercenary leaders that you saw in the adventuring guild. They're here as well. You see what looks to be the halfling with that huge ass backpack on her, alongside her what looks to be just beautifully garbed companion in their silver badges. And you see what looks to be is familiar to Gerald, guys, and some of the OG Dragon Slayers. It's been a while since you've seen this guy, but sporting what looks to be 8 swords on his back and wearing like full samurai like style armor, and like with a top knot sort of like style hair. The guy you had sent to previously scout out and deal with the remaining loose ends of the vampire arc of freeing the Fae. This is Felix of the Speaker Guild. His mercenaries were called the Speakers. There's him and a bunch of his mates there, but not as much as the Silverheart people, it seems. There are all sorts of adventurers that look towards you guys and clap. And some look to like size you up and immediately cower at the sight of Gerald and Alex. Some of them, and as your names are introduced, fanfare. Some trumpets sound and fanfare is begins to play, and you guys are introduced, and the lady in which led you guys to the podium then shouts out, and here we have our heroes of the war, our legends in the making, the Dragon Slayers. We have Gerald, and she points towards you, Gerald, the otherworldly general, the Hound of War. And you see some of the adventurers like go, do your salute, as some of them are actually already in the crowd already, and they just cheer and whoop and clap, and it gets a lot of the other adventurers like clapping as well, seeing like the imposing figure of Gerald as you stand tall and you stand strong, and maybe for the first time in a while, a little nervous. Whoa, it's a bit overwhelming. And then she keeps on saying, Alexander Grimm, the savior of Yaxba, the tether to life and death. And you watch as as Howard gives like a bit of a louder applause, urging the people around them to clap, and they just clap in panic.
I look at Howard like, what?
Yeah. And then
Fucking doesn't clap for me.
Yeah.
Some bitch.
No, he did. He's clapping for you, but then clapping extra hard because there's undead there representing him as well.
Undead bias, come on now. He's your teacher, but I'm his friend. But...
Yeah. Then she said. She continues. She says, "Kitty Darkstorm, Saint Darkstorm, the light of Apollo." And you get a rousing roar from like the left side of the crowd as you see like apparently. There's her crowd of fans that seem to be just like woo cheering and like lots and you see now, Kitty, you didn't see this before as the main part of the crowd saw, but you see Knights of Everton also there, standing ovation, also round of applause. They seem to be part of what seem or what is your representatives, your inspirations as well. Amongst that crowd of fans, and then you hear her say, "Yeah, guys, Ranger Extraordinaire, the feared mystery." There's not that much claps for this one. Not many people clap, but guys, that's fine.
I'll clap.
You
I give a
it's
clap
okay,
too.
Yeah.
Give
As
a
all
clap
of you
too,
clap,
and I look into the
Alex-
crowd as I clap.
Alex does not clap. He doesn't give a fuck.
Stop.
Stop sweating. As they do that, a lot of the crowd seem to join in after that. The announcer, this girl, is just like chuckling a little. And then she says, Captain Rycroft, the endless storm, the winds of trade and war. And you see some of your crew that's in there going, yeah, that's our captain! Woo! They're like so fucking, they're so fucking loud. It's a little embarrassing.
Footmarks go off in the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, one guy was about to pull out his pistol, and the Guardian Druid just immediately snaps in the vine, snatches, and he goes, "Please do not do that in here." And some of your crew's like, "Ooh, yeah!" They just keep on going.
Rycroft is going to make a note of that, dude.
Yeah.
The one who tried to
Alright. List of rejects.
Yeah. And then she goes, Rallis, the Weapon Master, the Platinum Knight, she says, just gesturing at just his, like, demeanor.
Appearance.
And what appearance, it seems. Looks like they don't know much about you, Rallis. And, hey,
He would
when...
shrug.
Yeah, the shrug.
But he'd hold up the shield and he would have the symbol, his symbol on it.
Not of the Maker?
The symbol that
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, you get a few claps, get a few whoops as well, it seems. And last but not least, as she clears her throat, and we have our own Huggus, our arena champion, hero of Fairwind City. And there's a rousing applause from the merchants, and quite a bit of applause from the adventurers as well.
He'll get applause from me as well.
I'll applaud. I'll do a golf clap for him.
As you guys applaud him.
Yeah, I'll take
I'll
center
guess,
stage and push everyone out of the way. Yeah.
As you gesture
That's
for
right.
him, there's more applause.
I brace up.
As
Yeah.
that intense air that comes with the temporary HP as you brace up sets the stage, and the power emanates from across the room. And
wow,
yeah,
you fucking max rolled that.
And I'm gonna walk over to the
people-
lady and snatch the mic and go, "Yo!" And then wait for them to say "yo" back. They should say "yo" back usually, right?
she goes, and then one of the people in the crowd is like, "Yo!"
Now I'll snatch it back. Yo!
Gerald was like doing
Yo!
the golf clap. Okay, and then
Yo!
he holds his hand to the bridge of his nose like, oh god.
may I have that back, please? I need to.
Doing the word, I'll polymorph.
I'll like give it back.
No.
Thank
Thank you, Huggus. Our legendary dragon slayers, everyone, and you watch as from the at the back of the podium, seats begin to erupt from the ground for you guys to sit on, and it's like some sort of like personalized style sort of thrones. Kitty's has like a white marble, like almost like a throne with like a halo on top. Huggus has like just like a halfling-sized throne, but like there's belts on like the arena champion belts that's just hanging off of it. Gerald has a relatively simple king's throne. Rallis has a very like platinum, just he has the shiniest throne, which is pretty nice. Guys has what looks to be a throne made out of are these thorns? As you realize. Wait, you can't even sit on this, but you walk closer, and the thorns seem to give way, and the thorns bloom into what seems to be bouquets of like different styles of roses and ivy and nightshade. And you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And you watch as and Alex, yours is but a simple black onyx throne in which when you take a seat, sit uncomfortably. Become more comfortable as you see now the tether of both life and death. Your title begins to emanate from both the seat itself as it begins to shade itself light, and the necromantic energies that make up your healing. As that mixes up, you watch as from your perceptions, passive perceptions, Kitty, you watch as it's the woman mage that's doing all of this, waving her fingers around. That's just making this light show of a scene. Your healing energies from the halo seem to mix in, as well as the violent erupting energies of everyone. As also Rycroft, to your seat is not too much of a seat. You're behind. It's just a freaking helm, and you're like, ha, that's funny. As you just stand behind it, and you just like lean on it. What was it? Sorry.
Can he spin the wheel? He's gonna
You can.
immediately test
Spin the wheel.
You spin the wheel, and you watch as lightning crackles from the effects, as all of your effects mingle into one grand sort of orb that just sits in that just sits atop you guys, and there is the symbol of the Dragon Slayers, a dragon's head, but with a sword through the body, shines, and all the colors of the Dragon Slayers themselves, and the crowd watch in awe. Except for
Gerald's
Bethany,
just
who
like-
just smirks at the light show.
I am so not amused at this. He's just
Yeah.
waiting.
As you're just waiting, as you're just uncomfortably like, when is
Not a
this gonna
cutthroat,
end?
just not amused.
Yeah, as you're just not amused, just looking at the crowd. Make an intimidation check for me.
Okay.
19.
I rolled a 5.
Alright. Yeah, it's actually not that good. Not many of the people are seeing that more as of a nervousness than thing, but you don't know about it. But she then takes a bow and goes invisible. All of those effects and thrones, and the title seems to stick. So, to each and every one of you, as the questions go on, before all the questions go on, I should say, is there anyone here that would like to speak first?
Oh yeah, wait. Does Will get a throne, or is he just standing?
Oh, he just standing, boy. He's like, oh fuck. He's just like standing by. He took a seat behind you. There was some whoops to like, oh look, there's Will when like Gerald was like announced, but that's about it.
Rycroft's gonna look up and down like the seats and see if anyone else is ready to speak.
Alex doesn't seem like he's going to speak. He's just sort of looking at the crowd, seeing people whisper. Any sort of overexcited people? Any interesting people that seems to be like talking about the appearance?
You see, with the passive perception, it's easy enough to see like murmurs of everyone being interested in everyone here. Honestly, except for the figures that you already know of.
The guards, are they the ones that had the griffins?
No, that would be Fairwind City that had the griffins.
That's
These
fair.
guys were just knights on the on foot.
Okay.
But
Are these
they
guys
seem
not-
to
is-
support
are
like
we
the
not
plate
in
mail.
Fairwind City?
You're in Fairwind City. What?
So wait,
Wait, so those were the guys in Fairwind City. These are the knights and
Oh yes, these knights, these are Everton knights that she was talking about, asking about.
gotcha.
Oh,
gotcha.
Everton Knights, yes.
Yes, from your
'Cause I'm
hometown. Yes.
I'm from
Yeah.
Everton. Yeah.
Yes. I know it's been a while. Don't worry.
it's been a hot minute.
I'll shine some light on some of
Yeah.
these things. Don't worry. It's been a hot minute for all of you guys, but
Yeah.
what better way to welcome everyone but with a pretty slightly cringy but hey heroic sort of entrance back into the fold.
So wait, we're all telepathically linked, right? Just
You are, yes.
Talk to each other. I'd just be like, so
I just
how do the fuck do we start this off?
Oh, I got this. I got this.
Oh fuck!
Huggus.
They can't stop
If you
you.
make,
He'll like start walking
I
up.
was going to say in his head, Huggus. If you make a mockery of yourself, I'm turning you into a pigeon.
Hey. Oh, bit too bad, man.
Telepathically
walk
go,
up.
if anyone else is willing, I'll go.
Rycroft and Huggus walk up and you
I'll go
get
grab the mic.
immediately. Yeah? You grab the mic.
Rycroft is like bowing towards Huggus.
As you grab the mic, the mage girl now gives a wink to you guys and she says, "Good luck," and goes invisible.
I'll shove my ladder into Rycroft to hold. Hey, yeah, you hold this. Yo. Yo. And,
Yo, from the one guy again.
Hey, I'll point to him. Yeah, that's the one. And then he's just gonna be like, oh, so where are we all at? It's been a long time since I've been back in Fairwind City. And I'm gonna be like,
Make a persuasion
Posing.
check with advantage.
what's it? Persuasion?
Persuasion with advantage, and then you can continue.
A better
22.
way today.
I continue.
Does anyone say anything? Like,
Oh yeah. So okay, so you
like
just say that.
yeah, I'm
Fair
trying to
words
spark up the
today.
crowd.
Yeah, and you start up the crowd.
Don't
They
say
do
it.
actually. Even one of the sisters from Bethany is just like, "Woo, yeah, Fairwind City,"
Yeah,
and the
yo,
rest are like,
champ.
"Yeah." The merchants basically are like in love with this guy for some whatever reason. But
I
yeah,
look
they
back
really
at
like
the others.
representation.
I look back at the others, hey. And then I look back at the crowd, and it's like, yeah, well, your champ is back, as you know. Is anyone else from? And I'll just name like different towns, like trying to see who's like where everyone is at. Is that
Yeah,
anyone
let's
representing?
Crowd work, man.
Representing Everton.
You get
Yeah.
the Everton crowd going, yeah!
Yeah! I'll like name the obvious ones that I know.
It's like, for our saints! You just hear from the Everton, and it's like, you shout out like from Golden Leaf. You get a few like just you don't get cheers. You get just raises hands of the air, raises of hands in the air, including the Guardian Druid just nodding.
And for last, I'll save
And
Jeff City.
Jump
Jeff Town,
down!
Jeff Town, Jeff Town.
And guess
Jump
what?
down!
The guy that kept saying yo, yo!
Oh.
Hey!
Oh no!
Is it John Cena? I'll look closer.
No, it's not John
John
Cena.
Oh.
Are there actually people there from Jefftown?
Yeah, just that one guy.
Oh no.
That guy saying yo.
The guy that
Alex
said
will
yo. Yeah.
telepathically. I was just going to telepathically tell Huggus, move it along, Huggus. We don't have all day.
I'm like, oh,
You get responses from all the crowds. Most of these people seem to be from the free cities. When you start mentioning the other regions of the world, a couple of them do seem to give some hollers and whoops as well. They seem to be drawn in by Huggus's energy, and for the most part, the crowd is worked for a bit. There's a couple of their people that are so seemingly not impressed, but you don't need to impress them just yet.
yeah, I'll just like pass on the mic to what's his name, Mycroft, as if like
Mycroft.
he's like my
As you
servant.
pass over them,
Take my
like,
ladder.
immediately one of the merchants say, "Dragon Slayers, why do you work alongside this pirate? He who has plundered a lot of our Fairwind City vessels. Explain it to us, please." And then you start hearing murmurs and like just they're really working with pirates and just like this discord and doubts. Yes, continue.
Yo, matey. I'm sure I could speak for myself, even if I am only a beginning Dragon Slayer member. For the first comment, yes, I have a past, and some of you know me well. But my life is lived by freedom, not piracy. Anything else is just extra. And one thing I know, from the Battle of the Mountain to the darkness over the seas, if that darkness and corruption spreads, there'll be no more freedom, no more wind in your sails, no more sun in the skies. It'll be miserable. And for me, that's worse, a fate far worse than death, is that without freedom. And I'm sure you've met my own crew in this town this past week. We're still people. And I've told them to show generosity as a small way of making reparations for those past misconducts. So please let it be known, my name is the Endless Storm, that I will do what I can to make sure everyone can feel the sea breeze on their face. And then he's going to raise his hand in the air slowly.
As it does, the storm
Yes,
begins to
yeah.
brew overhead, and you hear
And let this
the rumbling
be
of
my
thunder.
first, somewhat showing of what my capabilities are. Something more than just a mere pirate might endeavor to. And he's going to cast Investiture of Lightning and fly out onto the balcony.
As you do, what specifically do you do with the storm as you have it in your fingertips?
I'm going to have it actually arc down into me and then spray lightning through the skies, and even do one showing of spraying one tree with lightning.
All right. I'd like you to make 3 checks for me, please. I'd like you to make a religion check, an unskilled dexterity check, and a persuasion check with advantage.
Religion check. Where is religion? That is not a good one.
No worry.
If one use of guidance, keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Religion.
Before I go any further, does guidance
Yes.
work on unskilled checks?
Yes, it does.
Should, yeah.
Yeah.
Guidance
Because
works
it's an
on
ability.
initiative, funnily enough.
That's actually kind of wild.
It's a
That's
skill
kind
check.
of fucking wild.
That is literally I only have a +1, right? I'm going to leave it at that because that's actually pretty high for Rycroft to roll.
All right.
You're
Next is
pretty good.
unskilled dex check.
Yep.
And guidance that.
Ooh.
All right. Guidance. All right.
1d4.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know.
And
All right.
the last one?
Persuasion with advantage.
35.
35.
35. Holy
Jesus
fuck.
Christ.
Okay. You needed a 15 in unskilled dex for any of this to happen. And you
Holy
did.
fuck.
So this is a major pass. One major pass. Rycroft, as you feel yourself sort of with the lightning, with the storm, just for this brief moment, you channel the lightning towards you. The lightning crashes down, and you hear a message from the mage going, "Shit, I didn't do that. I'm so sorry." But before you could reply, you feel the surge of power. Immediately, you watch as some of the more accomplished mages of the crowd begin to stand up and begin to ready to redirect. But the most accomplished of them all just say, "Hold, he's fine." Bethany says out loud as you watch.
That's our girl.
The lightning just spread out into the sky once more, and when you bring your hands down, you don't destroy a tree. You destroy this part of like the forest as a maelstrom just erupts and sends just most of like the trees there burnt immediately, not burning but just immediately shocked and killed through. You then turn your gaze towards the crowd, and you guys see what you saw last time in the Mountain of Light, wreathed in endless storm indeed. The purest of lightning form of Rycroft, as he clutches a fist once more. And it only shows briefly, as now your normal investiture of lightning form, just the lightning just wreathes you, shows instead. And as you make your case, the merchant that stood up goes, "Lads, I don't know about you, but well, fuck, I'm convinced if a pirate could do that, we might as well have pirates to defend us." And they go, a couple of them just laugh, and most of the crowd just like stand up and give an applause. Well, you did yours spectacularly, Mr. Rycroft. And as you make your way back towards the podium, as you sit back down, just a little bit of an after effect on the throne that you sit as the lightning surges once more, and there's a bit of lightning wreathed in the symbol of the Dragon Slayer. There's one large success, and a pretty big success on Huggis's part as well. And then as that happens, a figure walks up from the crowd and walks directly to the podium itself, not addressing you guys as part of the crowd, but as you stand up there and address them as equals. Totem, describe to me what he looks like, and please plead to us your case. Basic, are you there?
Yep.
Imagine.
You see this Goliath around 3 inches taller than you last remember from a very, very, very long time ago.
He is wearing a nice pair of trousers, some knee buckle metal, sandals, slippers showing his toes, and tank top made of clean woven cloth, nothing major, and leather shoulder pad on the right and sort of goes down the entire arm. You notice he does have a sort of beer belly, dad belly, and as he walks up, sort of tall, you see on his right hip this this mace, almost bronze but rustic, and yet it doesn't look frail, it looks ancient. On his belt, around those charges, you see this red leather strap that goes around, where the front and the sides, the front, back, and the sides are these stones, these stones that look pale and almost resembling those dark clouds and deep ocean storms. And between these are cracks. And between these cracks are these crackling of lightning and thunder. Rycroft, you would see this much more clearly as well.
And you would smell
Almost
a
spewing out,
very
almost
powerful item, Rycroft, on that. Very powerful.
lighting his waist area. And who here would recognize a bark or of Drasil?
We might, right? Because we were there.
Vaguely,
You guys,
guys, make a history check.
All of us?
Wait, all
No,
of us?
just guys. Just guys.
Oh, just
Guys.
guys.
Oh, guys.
It's fun.
Yeah.
again! It strikes again!
It's
Yeah.
been so long.
24. Holy shit, guys!
Wow.
As in, guys, you have that holy shit moment. This is bark from the world tree as his shield.
You see,
This is like, if he wasn't allowed this is super illegal. But it looks like with the guardian druid here, he seems to have clearance to be wielding the world shield of the world tree.
Not looking at him and then looking at the
Alex-
attitude, then looking at him, then looking at the attitude.
Alex is true seeing right now. Can you see the invisible person? That's like block.
The invisible person, sorry?
The mage.
Yeah, the person.
The
that
mage?
introduced
Oh yeah,
us.
she's tech effects at the moment. She's like waving hands, going like major image shit.
I'm just gonna quickly get her attention. See if she comes
Okay.
forward and just whisper. Is he supposed to be here?
She just nods, and then she just goes away afterwards. Still doing tech support. Continue, basic.
And this shield has this. It's adorned by itself of the oak, but it is reinforced by looks like the same metal as the mace. And in the center is a gem, glowing green. Life itself almost emanates and pulses from the shield, and it weaves all throughout the shield vertically. He stands on the podium, shield down. He gently brings the shield down, holds it there, looks at all of you, and notices the Dragon Slayers last, looking each one of them in the eyes. As he's about to speak, he takes a deep breath, and then he kind of goes to his back pocket, pulls out a piece of paper, puts it down.
I think everyone twitches as he reaches for his pocket.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there absolutely confused because last time I saw him, he was a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
sure.
too.
Yeah, Alex doesn't really understand what's going on, so he has his polymorph staff at the ready. But he's been told he's supposed to be here. Which
I don't know anything about this, so I'm like, what the fuck? Last time I saw him do something, he fucking went terminal velocity off the tree and it was a cat.
He sort of pats his chest a little bit, puffs it out. I have come here without much but words of perspective. A perspective of what this land could become. but one we will prevent, one we will deny. I have witnessed firsthand the horrors of this war, being there at the Oasis myself. The terrible mistakes that I've made, the terrible decisions that I've caused. I come here as a representative of the united people of the plains, the Ainswalkers. I come here as the champions of the Ainswalkers. I come as a warrior, ready to fight and serve and protect. And I also come as a lost soul, searching for purpose. And I look at the Dragon Slayers, and as an old friend to a few. But more importantly, I come as a citizen of the free cities. And I am willing to lay down my life for this land. And so are the tens of thousands of warriors of the Plains of Ain. My name is Totem Ainwalker. I come bearing fighters itching to win their home. No, our home. I offer the Ainwalkers as unified units for this war to save our land. I look at you guys, all of you guys, and I humbly request to personally rejoin the Dragon Slayers in their war efforts as one of their esteemed members once again. He raises his shield, the Drasil shield, up into the sky. Through the blessing of the Guardian Archerdruid, through the blessing of this land, for the free cities, down with Escadora!
There's a few nods of that. Down with Escadora. And some of the people in the front, the more important ones, mimic that as well. But they say down with Null. And as they begin to clap, a bunch of the room claps, it spreads, and they begin to stand up and give a rousing applause. But the applause dies down because the rest of you guys are just honed in on Totem. One at a time. Huggus, as he says all this. What do you say? Is he rejoining?
In our minds, or just
No.
to out of character?
No, just out towards Totem. What do you say to him?
Oh,
As he has requested to rejoin.
I'll hop up and like walk up. He's like far away, right? So I'll just go to the edge, and I'll be
Oh
like,
no, he's at the podium, so yeah, you can walk up to him.
okay. And I'll just be like, hey, are you sure you thought you were a pussy before?
Totem himself kind of like turns away from the crowd, and just you see his shoulder laughing.
And I like nudge him. It's like, you sure there's not some magic thing?
He then Totem kind of leans down. I am the same one that you've fought with, Welby. And I hope you can accept me back.
Well, you know, if you come on your knees, I'll welcome you. And I'll like just grab him and like a handshake. I'll just grab his calf.
he does go down to his knees. He
Oh, yeah.
does go down to his knees.
Okay, he goes down to his knees. I was like, hey, I was only joking, but hey. And I'll like handshake
I was only
him.
joking, but hey, okay.
But hey, you know, I am the champ. And I'll like handshake him. I'm all good. And I walk off.
Nice. As it pans over, Kitty, what do you say to him?
He stands back up.
I stand up, go over to him, and go. I whisper to him, "You're not going to do any more dumb shit, are you?"
He whispers back, by the soul of my ancestors, I will not. Promise this
Then
time.
you're welcome.
He gives a nod.
And I flick his forehead just for good measure and sit down.
God!
It still hurts. Still hurts.
Still hurts. Still
just
worse than the
even
thunder.
Takes him into
Ow.
radiant damage.
Yeah.
Still
Actually,
worse than
no,
the
it's
lightning.
fire.
Ow.
It's fire damage.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just fire. Just
Yeah.
well, a little bit of fire.
Yeah.
just if he had hair, he'd be trying to pat it out, pat out the fire.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Guys, what do you say?
You see, guys, as Totem's come up, he's recognized him. He's been like looking at his gear, assessing him, looking around to make sure there's nothing else sus going on. Like, lean back, relax, but not.
Do I notice you just
Totem,
uncooling the
Totem
gear?
make an insight check, and guys, you make an insight check.
Yes, sir.
Your
I don't
perception
think-
would be good
Oh,
enough.
God.
I don't think Totem can beat the insight. He has glibness active.
Yeah, if
No,
I'm
yeah,
deceptive,
yeah.
there's no chance.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's 7.
It's not
I'm
that.
good.
It's not that. Totem. Yeah, this is. Guy seems to be as cautious as ever. You think you have no idea what's going on. Guys, you look around. You get the general vibe of the room. They're still clapping. They're still like cheering for his speech and stuff because everything is dimmed down as you guys are like just accepting him at the moment. When he mentioned the blessing of the Archdruid did flinch, but it was a more of like a flinch of recognition of like
I see.
he did do it. Yeah. No foul play here, so far.
Get up kind of lazily and walk over to him, wave out to the crowd, and then just lean right over to his ear and go, "Lives were lost because you did not show resolve. It's going to take more than words. We were going to require action before trust will be shown." Then I go, "Hey!" to the crowd, wave out, and get back and sit down.
Totem, no. Totem would try. Totem would try to kind of hold him in place as he whispers that before he gives his spear. And he whispers back, "Then come to the plains of Vine and see what my people has done." And I smile to the crowd again as in kind of way, follow the act.
Yep.
The last word as I walk off is, "Visit the graves of those that fell because you did not stand with us in the first place." And then I will come.
Alright. As you have that exchange, not many would know of that exchange up on the even those of the podium. But yeah, Totem, you weigh those words heavily, but you're affirmed. You know what you have to do, and this time you're built for it. As you steel yourself and look at guys with that determination once more, and then to the crowd and you go as he does that, "Hey!" and you like, "Oh!" The crowd is just getting, "Yeah!" Well, most of the adventurers and the merchants did. Some of them look confused as if hearing what actually transpired there, and then smirk. But yeah, as that happens, Alex, what do you say?
Alex hasn't really changed his demeanor throughout this conversation. He's sort of just inspecting the crowd more than Totem. But when it gets to him, he'll look at Totem, slowly with a nod, and proclaim, "I believe I do remember you. You are that person that helped me save my village, I believe. I could be mistaken. It has been quite some time, and quite a lot has happened. Although I haven't seen you helping us recently. It'd be a nice change to rely on someone else. And I remember your people fighting very valiantly. The only regret I have that day for your people was the fact I couldn't save them all, as circumstances took me away from that. But for most of us, I imagine, welcome back."
Totem gives a nod, and solemn does go over his face, but determination overweighs in the eyes. He accepts.
Yeah, and Alex just goes back to look at the crowd.
And last but not least, as Rallis and Rakoff do not really recognize, so are not really called for a decision, Gerald.
Oh.
And Yeah, I know. Aw, but
No.
don't worry.
No.
Who is
Gerald.
this guy?
Yeah. You walk over it. It's your turn to walk up and say your piece as well. But as you do, Gerald, you've been watching him intently the entire time.
And I looked at him with the intent of, if he's an enemy, so be it. So I want to know my enemy on him.
Yeah, I'm glad you beat me to it. I was about to explain what you found about him. He's not stronger than you, but he's not that far off from you. What you do know from him, though, is that he is his spirit of the wild, his spirit of rage, burns far, far brighter than before, and that of yours, and nearly that of everyone that you've seen. His sheer determination seems to be carrying him this far so far. So what words do you have to him? As that's how you basically detect he is now level 18 barbarian.
I must say, you have become a fine specimen of a soldier. Quite surprising, actually, considering the way you kind of left and the actions you took when we were trying to take our jobs seriously. Very good increase of character for you. Responsibilities have been taken, and for that, I will alleviate what I was going to say, but know this. When we fight, we will fight to the death, and if there's any cowardice I sense in you, I will strike you down without any hesitation. As I will with any of the people here. For if we lose this war, we lose everything.
I
Understood?
I had no excuse for my actions in the past. But I see that you see who I am and what I must become. And I can promise you, my life will be first before all of you in battle. I understand.
But that doesn't mean throw it away so easily like you tried to do before.
No.
Fight the good
Of course
fight. Don't fight the short fight.
Well, this is what this thing is for, and I kind of tap the shield.
I just give him a nod, and I go walk back to the throne. I just sit there and just ponder at the crowd.
As you sit there and ponder at the crowd, you guys all would have realized now that there's no throne left for Totem, but his shield energy seems to have been mimicked from the major image that's currently playing. The green life energy, the energy of protection, seems to swirl around the Dragon Slayer symbol once more. And as that narrative has pretty much driven this crowd to awe and interest, you hear a disembodied voice from somewhere. Totem, and it says, "Psst, I'm the director of this show. Could you please stand behind the Dragon Slayers?"
Totem kind of look a little bit dumbfounded, pick up the paper, folds it back, puts it in his pocket, and sort of like as confidently as he can be, kind of like walk towards the Dragon Slayers and sort of just drawers. Excuse me, sorry, and then just kind of get behind.
Yeah. As you stand behind them, there's a little bit of a podium that is raised for you, that of like what seems to be a tree stump of sorts, but that it flowers out to like what looks to be a background of what seems to be familiar to you, the plains themselves, and people look in awe and like, oh wow, oh, and then they clap and they all like cheer, and you hear an intrusion in that telepathic bond of the mage woman, and it says, "I'm sorry for not telling you beforehand, but I wanted to create some sort of narrative. If you could if you don't mind letting him answer the questions alongside you guys.
It depends on the questions.
Great!
Yes.
She shuts herself off. And then you guys then begin in earnest. The proper questions towards the everyone. So these are the questions that is posed to everyone. There is a merchant that seems to introduce himself to as a lord of the city, a lord of Fairwind City, and he explains what he does for the city, and that is to supply the arms and most of the just like actual raw materials to the city. This guy seems familiar. Probably a guy you might have ripped off, guys, or at least stolen a bit of the business, if you know what I mean. And he then explains as he finishes explaining what he does. Seems to be like a bit of a pompous prick himself, but he then asks, to what end does the Dragon Slayers do this? I understand doing this for the world, but surely you do not just do this for altruistic reasons. We in the Merchants Coalition have prepared big gifts for you should the war come to an end, and to a proper end, a satisfactory end for ourselves. But tell us, what do the Dragon Slayers want as a whole? I do not want personal wants. You, as an organization, must have an end game. What is it? Who's willing to speak up for this?
I can if no one else wants to. I'll defer.
Either speak up for yourselves or shut them down.
Yeah, I was told not to talk, so I wouldn't.
To be fair, you are a new member. You probably wouldn't know. To be fair,
he can if he wants.
You can if you want to. But telepathically speaking, would Totem be added to the telepathic link, or did it speak stuff out loud now?
I'd have to recast it.
He'd have to recast it.
Oh, he's out of it.
At the moment, no.
No, it's I'm completely just following you guys' lead at this point. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, Alex was still out of in-state to telepathic. We don't really have that's told to us, do we? It was just
out of
to make
character.
the world better.
We were called upon to do a job, and we were being rewarded. Essentially, wasn't it quite like? What is our actual? Like, is there
Fair enough. Yes, actually, that is actually all. You've just been scaling rewards and rewards from Nova. He's not really told you guys any overarching plan. He's not really told you guys an end game of his own. He's simply just paid you what you deserve, or what he thinks you deserve, as well as helped you out in your personal problems, should it rise. Nova was there to help Huggus in retrieving his mother. Nova was there also in the evacuating of Yaxba. Nova was there in a lot of your guys' expeditions, but he's never really talked about Dragon Slayers, the end game of it. So, whatever you decide to answer, this might be what defines you guys as an organization. So,
You could just simply say the investment of the world initially did turn out to be sort of the leading front of the war organization. It wasn't by choice, but more so by our skills that landed us in this position. How does that sound to the rest of you?
So it is altruistic.
Oh, this is mind.
Yeah, this is all in our mind.
Oh, it's all in mind? Okay, never mind. I thought you said that out loud. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think
so we're...
that's a little bit too detailed. We need simpler messages for a simpler crowd.
We were a fine, I trust your wisdom, but I will turn you into a snail if need be.
You can try.
Yes, I know.
I'll stand up and go, well, you said you do not wish personal opinions, but let me be clear, we do what needs to be done to make the world a better place. Some of us have different backgrounds and come from different places. Some of us are noble. Some of them are from the common folk. And yet we all combine. We stand up when we need to be steered. We help when needs to be helped. Our end game? Well, while there's a threat to the world, there is no end game. Then I'm going to pause and look at him. And go, some of you would like that we'd do our business and be done, to step away. There's some of you in the crowd that would like to take advantage of the lack of oversight. But know that us, here on the crowd, on the stage, and others that are out there doing the good work will always stand up. It's not altruistic. It is a drive. It is a need to do what is right. Then I'm going to sit back down.
Make a persuasion check.
His glibness, I don't think he can fail.
I know.
32.
I'm just seeing
Oh my god!
how big it gets. Yeah, 32. Honest. As soon as he has stood up, this guy shut down. Honestly, he doesn't seem to find. He seems like the type of guy to also have a response for this, to like retort, but just the deliverance of guys, his rather meek appearance, not overshadowed by his sheer presence of what he casts a looming giant shadow. Everything about him is wrong, but except the words he says. And as the words he says is completely right. The people that feel your ominous presence, the people that were doubting this ranger, they nod. They start giving you respect. The people, the merchants that were about to complain about this person that was about to shout out, they hold their tongue. And you guys with the passive insights see this as well. It looks like whoever this lord is, he had planted some more people to have asked more questions. And as he frantically looks towards them, they look towards him, not knowing what to ask.
I just claps.
He just, yeah.
I just claps whenever guys does stuff.
Okay, you clap, and as you clap, that's when Huggus pretty much just cancels him out as well. Clap, and the rest of the people clap, and he just sits down. He's not seething, but he's like contemplating, like looking at you for a bit, holding your gaze. And as he watches you smirk, he just goes, shakes his head. He sits and listens to the entirety of the thing, but looks like he's lost his wind before it even picked up. Man, I had a 10-minute frickin' counter plan for that guy, but hey, good shit, guys. Good words. I like the choice.
Guys
of words.
and guys, yeah.
Yeah, guys, very well said indeed.
Fellas.
As you just sit down and probably like nod to yourself and smirk, you get the feeling that a certain hat was watching and is laughing in the distance. And as it does so, one of the people in the crowd, familiar to you guys, the leader of the Speaker Guild himself, Mr. Felix, in his samurai armor, and his top knot in which he takes off, and the long flowing black hair. This guy uses Maybelline for sure, as it flows, and it's so silky smooth. Looks towards all of you, looks towards the Dragon Slayers, and he says, I believe I was properly compensated the last time we had met, and I had delivered such results. But after hearing what you guys have done, and what you guys are going to do, might I also ask, just as the half-giant over there has done, I wish to pledge my forces, 1,000 men strong. I, Felix, leader of the Speakers, wish to offer my mercenary band. We do not seek fortune, but we will take our share of the spoils if there is any. We wish to lend our aid to this cause, to this freedom you speak of. He says, looking towards Rycroft. To our cities, indeed.
Rycroft
He
will
says,
come.
looking towards Totem. Yeah, was that Rycroft?
Rycroft will just nod in response back to him.
To indeed the lands in which I had grown up. I simply wish to offer my services and those of that my mercenary. Will you accept?
Hired.
Great! It's our second job together. That was easy. Do I clap myself? Do I stop speaking out loud? He says while walking backwards. He sits down, and there's a bunch of claps, and there's a bunch of like people like behind him going, "Hey, you did great! You did great, boss!" Like, oh, yeah, all right.
Speech was a bit unnecessary, what I say, in people's minds. You could have just said I want to join. We probably would have 11.
Since we did hire him before, okay, you can continue discussing. There's another one that walks up, and you see now what seems to be wearing the blue garbs of a royal guard of prominence, and he says, and it's just this handsome man, very much just looks like Jace from League of Legends. Oh, sorry, from Arcane. That one. Slick back hair, graying on the like edges, sort of like how Wolverine has his hair as well, like spiked up, but like imagine it like slicked back like that for a bit, and tassels on his shoulders, to like very like sailor decorative like admiral sort of fit, but on his back is slung to be a rifle, and he says, "Prominence offers their support and their technology in lieu of what seems to be the rest of the world that is watching and listening to this and taking their notes," he says, looking towards the other representatives in the room. "We wish to offer our support formally. We want no representation directly from you lot, but we are interested in collusions, collaborations, and cooperations. I am the Royal Guard Captain. Shit, I lost his name. Hang on. Why did I close it? I was fucking. I'm so dumb.
I was doing it so much when I was doing Spire. I was like, oh damn it! I just hit the open. Why did
I just had it open.
I had the opposite problem.
It's Jace.
That's not his name, by the way.
I didn't close any sheets during Shroud. It was just a mess. So
Jace
when my
back.
Roll20 resets, like, oh no, I gotta open all these fucking sheets again.
It's Jace backwards, right?
No.
It's Jace back.
Right, this is his name. He says, "I am the captain of the Royal Guard of Prominence. My soldiers simply call me Rory." What do you guys have to say to this? It seems to be just a declaration, not really an asking of anything. But you can't technically say no to him.
No, my enemy.
It's a sharing of no your enemy. Okay. Fighter levels. Double yours.
Ooh. He has 24.
He's the real deal.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He
He holds himself in confidence. He doesn't seem stronger than you per se, but is far more experienced. Check out what his gear looks like. True seeing, right? And all the magic shit that's happening and detect magic. Abjuration on his uniform. Rycroft, you smell a significant amount of magic on him, but not as much as the Dragon Slayers.
Rycroft's gonna like twitch his nose a bit. Make note of him.
Yeah. There is something interesting. The technology he's offering, he's mostly making the eye contact and gesturing towards his gun, but there is no magic on that at all. So you have no idea how powerful it is.
Wait a minute. I have proficiency in Tinker's tools.
Yeah, Alex is going to speak up. Here's a few questions.
Yep.
Your forces. Exactly how numerous are they? Do you plan to control them yourself? Or do you plan to leave that up to the Dragon Slayers?
We plan to leave it to the Dragon Slayers for guidance, but our forces are underneath the control of our sovereign, of course, the Hydra.
Of course. And this technology you speak of, could you show us what exactly it can do? If you need an example, please just use it on me.
Oh, pick me, no, pick me!
I don't think this is a good... he looks towards the crowd. They seem eager as fuck. Make a persuasion check.
Please. I'm interested.
7. Alex would also preference, I will not die. I have death ward cast upon me for this exact situation.
It's good, sirs. It is. He says towards all of you that spoke up. It is fine. He gets his rifle, and you watch as he walks up to the balcony, the same balcony in which Rycroft had shown, and he says, "Allow me to demonstrate the focus rifle. It takes your mana and it takes your arcane and your spell power to power this. But the more you put in," he says, pointing it up, and he shoots. He spends all of his spell slots on this one. And you watch as the beam that comes out of this is like that of a Kamehameha, and it parts the seas momentarily. And you hear a whoa from the crowd, and then claps. Not as much claps as his speeches.
And you're not
But
a
yeah.
proficient caster like myself, are you? So someone in my hands, that can be much more powerful.
He spins the rifle. She puts it all on his back once more and slings it, and he nods towards you, and he's a very, very soldier-like person, and he just says, "Yes, indeed. It is strange. Well, to me personally, I think it is strange technology to be given to a marksman.
I love using my local
Well,
The
Consideration
collusion and
manufacturers,
collaboration
surprising.
I wish to impart would be to know who I am working with and who I am to be protecting as well amongst the front lines."
You should be working most likely directly with us, if you were to join, of course.
I wouldn't have it
And
any other
I-
way, personally.
And I, for one, am happy to have you aboard. If there's any objections, my fellow Dragons players can speak now, but unlikely, I'd say. He just looked towards the rest of the Dragon Slayers expectantly.
Just give a nod.
Yep.
I give a nod also.
Rallis, you know of this guy. He's from your region. He's a big deal. The fact that this guy is offering his personal services, and even though if it is for collaboration and just for learning about the Dragon Slayers, as well as offering his technology, it's a big declaration from Prominence of they're backing these guys up, which strikes you as strange. Rallis, make an insight check.
Okay.
16. You don't know what it is, but there is ulterior motives. But 3 of them have already said the yes.
Yeah.
Just keep it
Can
in
that gun of yours be charged by spell scrolls?
More on it later. I believe some people want to speak up now.
Of
Or,
course, I'll talk
do
to
I
you
have the?
immediately after this.
Of course. I shall stand at the side and oh, I'm getting a voice. All right, sure. He says, just responding out loud. It's probably the mage girl talking to him, but he's like talking out loud, like, to the side. Yep. I should stop talking. Oh shit. Indeed, we shall discuss it at a later stage, and I'm looking forward to working with you a lot personally. The Hydra will be pleased with this. And he just nods, and he's just by the balcony now, by that place. Haven't we seen more effective? That's true.
Alex has it. At least something that would suit him, because imagine Alex puts every single spell slot he has into this gun, and it can store the spell slots for a period amount of time.
Yeah. So at this moment, more people speak up, and here, Kitty. This is interesting. Only one of the people from the crowd walk up towards the podium itself, closer than everyone else has, and this knight himself says, "Dragon Slayers, we thank you for your defense atop the Mountain of Light. You've saved the vicinity of the free cities there, but most importantly, you've saved Everton. Everton has been fully evacuated as of late, but the building stands strong thanks to you. And thank you to our saint, Miss Darkstorm. We'd like to pledge our full allegiance to the Dragon Slayer, and we would like to be a regiment under the Saint Darkstorm herself, if you would have us. The rest of the knights stand up and salute with their great swords, unsheathing it, pointing it upwards. What do you have to say?
They're very open, aren't they?
Yeah, as they normally were. Pretty boisterous. The last time you had like listened to any of the military in Everton, these guys were they were all eccentric, but they were all like very, very justice driven, very for the people, for the city, for protection. There was hardly any corrupt guards. There was hardly any guards that didn't like slack on their jobs. The discipline was immense with the training of Everton, but that meant not that much knights. But the few knights that you have here, a good 30 of them it seems, alongside the Everton crowd that is like a good 50 that are here to support them, and you.
Are there any of the orphans in the crowd?
Make a perception check.
Child soldiers!
No.
Yeah.
Yeah! The thing I talked about that's like
No, I
looking
just
up
want
to
to
five.
see if the being well taken care of. Oh God.
Oh God.
Wow,
what?
wasn't that one?
Yeah. Thankfully they're not there, or not that you know of. But you get the sense they probably have no place in a press conference. But I guess it would make for pretty good press for them to all of a sudden show up. But yeah, they're not there.
That's kind of scary, and that one is still like almost 20.
Yeah, that's why she got all that information anyway. I didn't say, hey, you don't know.
Yeah.
It's level 20. Like,
yeah,
her skill check is lower than her level within that one. Think about that.
pretty much.
I'm willing to let you guys give you guys a chance. I know of your reputation. Heck, I came from there, so. My next question, Fi, would be: would I have grown up with any of them?
With that perception check. Oh, a good question. No, not really. It doesn't seem to be.
Really?
But then again, a lot of them have their helmets on. But
Yeah.
he takes his helmet off, and you do recognize him. You have grown up with him. Just another boy down the street who was this is just a boy that was meant to be taking over his father's business, just baking bread. But instead, he became a knight, and it seems with the decorations on him, this guy is a knight captain. One of the few remaining, it seems, from the war, and still intact.
Yeah, I'll take you guys on. I recognize you. Wasn't your father the baker?
He smiles widely and he just says, "That's right. That's why I find it weird to call you Saint. I guess it's been a while, Darkstorm. Yeah. I'm James.
Yeah?
I'm James. Yep. It begins to be awkward, and one of them just goes, "It's like, the task at hand, sir." And he goes, yes. We would be glad to be at your service, Saint Darkstorm."
And
Remains a salute.
you'll be welcome.
Thank you. He says like a bit more quieter than the rest of what he's been saying. Truly, it's good to see that you're alive. He just nods, smiles, and then walks off. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, not really. So, if you have further specific instructions, you now technically have a battalion to command as well. Later you will find out. Not only is it just the knights here, because they themselves, each knight is like technically its own sergeant. They have a commander. They command their own troops. So you'll have the beckon and call of 500 of Everton's soldiers.
Oh,
That have.
add on another 0, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the crowd itself, 50. There's only 50 here that are like their supporters, and basically
I know,
the biggest fans of Kitty. That are just still going, whoa, that's our saint! They're just so hyped for like this Everton like, representation.
Oh, I'm so glad I got jailed with that joke.
Yeah, but
Just fuck off. King Baker's dozen.
yeah. So yeah, you have Mr. James here leading the Everton Knights and the Everton Troopers as well. So that will come into play maybe later, or maybe if you have some plans for them as well for defense. But until now, yeah.
Get some like porridge, feed some random shit.
So far you have the mercenary speakers, specifically 20,000 Ironwalker warriors ready as well.
Okay, we didn't know the numbers. That's a fucking lot.
We still don't know the numbers. Isn't
I
still don't know.
I did say tens of thousands.
He did say tens of thousands. Yes,
I did say
20...
tens of thousands. You know.
Yeah, but like
and
you had to pull out notes. I just assume you're making shit up. Like
To be fair, the totem will never know.
Actually, not really. Actually, not really.
Yeah.
I had made sure to some in the background roles were done ages and ages ago, and a unification of the planes through Totem's father was done. So
no, not that.
it's
Like
not all...
that I believe. Like out of
yeah.
character. In character, Alex won't believe shit. You had to pull out notes.
Oh yeah, yes, for sure.
No, the Totem had to play it safe. Out of context,
Yeah.
he's an int.
Yeah, you have Captain Rory personally fighting with you guys, as well as an unknown number of perhaps the Royal Guard to be maybe underneath his battalion, but for the moment, mostly in the powers of the Hydra himself.
Clyde, what's the crowd look like at the moment? Like, is it primarily nobles? Is it a mix of the city? Is it refugees?
Mix of the lords and nobles. The most important bit of people underneath Galen Fairwind, the mayor of the city, are in the front row seat. There's also Bethany and her sisters on the side there. In the next row, there seem to be the lords and merchants, and then the next rows after that, rows plural, adventurers, as well as like all the miscellaneous and stuff.
Is it like a back wall, or is it open out into like the general city crowd?
There is a back wall.
I'm gonna ask the mage. I'd whisper if I don't have a connection to her.
Yep.
Is this being broadcast to the rest of the city?
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing a lot of shit. Like wildly, if anyone had sea invisibility, she's like wildly waving her hands, casting so much shit and like directing
Being guys without true sight.
Yeah, it's so awkward having her at the side, just like being like
Thankfully,
a snake charmer.
Thankfully, Alex can look sort of to the side without showing that he's looking to the side because he has no eyeballs.
The guy probably just looks every now and then and just stares at her.
I'm going to say through our telepathic bond, I'll go next if you don't mind. And then I'm going to say to the lady, no matter what the nobles say, you will keep their broadcast going.
Yeah. Why? Oh shit, what are you doing?
I'm going to make my way to the podium. Most of you will not recognize me. But all of you will know someone whose lives are better because of my efforts. My small forest guide enterprise has seen the struggles, the pain, and feel things could be better.
There's immediate murmuring and like uproar between the merchants going, "Oh, this is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy. Hey!" And then, but as soon as someone says "Hey," you continue saying.
We took our small earnings and invested in local businesses. Fair wages for fair work. Time off to visit families. Dignity. These are the things you all deserve. Give us your support and I will support you. Seek us out and we will protect you. Join us and become legend. Then I'll sit down before my spells run out.
Yeah. As you before you sit down, one punches his hand up right in the air immediately. Do you address him?
Insight.
Make an insight check. 14. Hard to read.
Is it one of the merchants or is it one of the?
It is one of the merchants, but he doesn't seem outright hostile.
I'll do the old one eyebrow raised intimidation check and then point to him.
Okay. Sure. All right.
17.
Good to know. And he just stands up and he says,
It's still
and he
31.
Do you mean a chance for us of the minor nobles and merchants to be able to make collusions as well and collaborations and join up with your organization?
I don't know about the Dragon Slayers in general, but I am interested in seeing that everyone gets their fair share.
Oh, sorry, sir. I did not mean the Dragon Slayers. I had meant your corporation.
I think everyone is interested in a fair business. If you're one such individual or know someone that did, well, you know where to find me.
Real quick, Alex is going to mentally say, guys, this is not the time to advertise your business.
Sir, I am willing, he says, talking over the telepathic one. And there's like a couple more. I. Just sounds like seagulls at this point as half of the merchants raise their hands up, stand, and just nod towards guys. All of them looking for this exact moment to join up with a bigger company and make some profits.
Or bow and sit down.
And that lord that had initially opposed you, he's seething now, as well as some of the other merchants that are just like looking over this. There's one representative of the Brazen Coalition. You recognize her as the mascot of the thing, and she's just like has her Mr. Burns pose, and she's just like,
yeah,
and really interested in what guys just did. You have made yourself a whole lot of minor allies, and perhaps one big enemy in terms of the economy oppositions. As she is now very aware of what you're trying to do. Before she was on the fence, not knowing what you were gonna do with your organization. But thank you. All right. One as the merchants all now bicker amongst themselves and murmur. One of the adventuring teams walks up and they say, "We'd like to offer our blades as well." And you see now just the one of the younger looking guys looks towards you, all of you specifically looking towards Kitty and looking towards Gerald for some reason. And this guy can't be more than 18.
Really quick, Clyde. This wouldn't happen to be one of the people Alex visited in the orphanage once, is it?
Make a history check.
6. Alex is going to share his thoughts with the rest of the people. This person seems really young, and specifically Killy. This isn't one of your orphan friends, is it?
Kitty, you recognize him, actually. And Gerald, so do you. This is so odd. Now your enemy immediately detects he's not very powerful, but this is connection to you specifically, Gerald. He's from your world. He's a soldier of yours. This is weird. Kitty,
what the?
You recognize this young...
audible what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, you recognize this young man. He was one of the caretakers of the orphans for a bit. He was new to Everton, and when you had talked about where he came from, you dismissed the fact that this guy said he was from another world, because that can't be right. Huh. Odd. But he's here now. Gerald, holy shit.
I look at Gerald and I'm like, you know him?
Yeah, your passive insight immediately picks up Gerald's reaction. It's actually all of you do. You haven't seen
Yeah,
Gerald
verbally
audibly
say,
say what the fuck, yeah, in a while.
Hey, is he dead
It's
strong?
really in my head. Gerald, who is he?
I'll top up
He
my
is-
twisted as.
Hold on.
He's not. He's not a
and-
son of yours, is he?
No, and then I replied to Alex. He was the
Oh.
caretaker of the orphans at one point.
I know, but he's. Yes, but Gerald's really old. It could be his son, if he has one.
It's possible, Gerald.
It's been a while, miss, he says towards Kitty. And sir, pleasure, fancy seeing you here.
Okay, it's
What
not the
the
son
fuck?
from Sir, unless Gerald's.
What are you doing here?
Immediately salutes. Oh, sorry, Nathaniel Eberhard, at your service.
Gerald, in mind, who is this guy, and do we need to move him
No.
somewhere?
He's from where I came from. I say this in
He's
my
the-
mind.
Wait. Yeah, and I answer, Gerald. Wait, so this is like thinking to him. Wait, so what he said was true?
Well, that's why I'm here. All right,
Alright,
so
yeah,
Wait, that wasn't
I'm
a story?
surprised.
That's real? You from another world? What the hell?
okay, in this case, how strong is he? Because we might accept him, but we do need to talk to him with Bethany. Because if he's from a different world, how did he get here? I thought you were just an anomaly.
I thought so too. Also, he's not
And-
as strong
and-
as me. He's nowhere as strong as any of us.
Well, is he?
He's a
not-
basic
he's-
foot soldier.
He's not even as half as strong as Will.
He's
I know,
not
but
even as
can you
strong
at
as
least-
Will.
I know,
Will's
but
like,
people
hey,
like this
no, wait,
level
no,
will
that's
be
not
in
out
charge
loud.
of
Sorry.
people as strong as this will be in charge of evacuation. As long as he's strong enough to do
Yes.
something like that, then we
People
can
like-
hire him, but tell him as such.
Yes, I have plans for people like him. People like him did not go into fights. They were designated protectors of certain areas and or helped evacuate and or transport
Great.
supplies.
We should probably speak to him before the crowd realizes we have telepathic bond, which they probably do already, since we've been.
Yeah, they probably
speaking so
do.
long. And go on.
Anyways,
There's reactions in the crowd as if they're hearing everything you're saying, including Bethany and her girls.
well, I will say this: it's surprising to see you, but you already had your jobs when I originally enlisted you. That
But-
stays true here.
But sir, I got stronger. I'm with adventurers. We formed a coalition.
I
We're ready
immediately
to serve
snap
you
my
in the front
fingers.
lines. All right.
Silence. I give these jobs to people until they deem themselves worthy. I want you to fight one of them, and if you can win the fight, as I point to one of the berserkers, I will consider it. For now, you will stay as you were before.
I got called by the general for a job. He like, cracks his knuckles. And Nathaniel's just like, gulp. Audibly says gulp.
Everybody, yes, everybody I give a job to is designated for that, and I entrust them to uphold that job.
Make an intimidation check for me with advantage.
Dude, this guy's gonna shit his pants.
If he straight up dies, that was gonna look better last year. He threw them in mind.
Or really, really good.
No, that would be bad.
He's so
Look
intimidating that
after.
people
He did
die
look
by
after the
looking at him.
orphans for a
Fucking hell,
while.
Discord cut out.
Okay, make an
I
intimidation
said
check with advantage.
Intimidation check with advantage.
32.
32. He straightens up his face, solidifies his gaze, and just salutes back. Sir, yes, sir. Looks a little dejected, but he knows his role. He knows that you are general. And he goes back to his adventuring friends, and he begins to spread the word of the general is right. The berserker walks up to him, and he's like, he just wants none of that smoke. He goes, no, he's made the point. I don't want any fight.
Call your little warrior back, Gerald.
Hey, get back with everybody else.
Throws hands up in the air and just walks back into his aisle.
If you want, you can go fight one of the others in like an alley or something. Not here, though.
Yeah. You're going downwards. He's like, oh yeah, fuck you. And they're like just eyeing each other out. They're
And I
ready.
will say that yes, I will say this. If anyone wishes to join the Dogs of War, you can go right ahead. I will designate your roles.
Immediately, there's a bunch of the adventuring groups that were interested before that were about to pledge their allegiances probably directly to the Dragon Slayers. Instead, yeah, underneath the guidance of Gerald. Yeah, later you will address them as well, but informally, short and brief. But you will have around 60 adventurers joining your cause of differing levels, including some that are actually relatively talented. And you will assign your roles indeed.
And I will say this also. I'm not just looking for adventurers. Everybody can join this. Everybody has a purpose. And they will be used for the fullness of this war. Nothing will be of waste.
And yeah, adding to that, it was going to happen regardless because of just the successes everyone had. But yeah, a couple of the merchants would be looking to sponsor directly the Dogs of War. Essentially become like their vendors, supply them with their potions and whatnot. But you're gonna leave all of that to Will, and Will's gonna have a bit of a headache. But you know, he's already had a bit of a headache with the recalling of the squadrons, managing the workload of the smiths. Some of the smithies pledging their allegiance also because of like your actions. Boy, you're making Will work.
Mm-hmm. Also, I go and point to the Nathaniel was his name, right?
Yeah.
And you, Nathaniel.
Yes.
You will visit me after this conference.
Sure. Okay. He nods. He
I
has
go
a
back and
steeled.
sit in my throne.
He has a steeled gaze.
He's
He
in
knows what
trouble.
Yeah. You say that out loud.
Yeah.
a couple of the people laugh in front. The mayor of Fairwind City just gives a chuckle. Reminds me of me and my son. Bethany laughs a little too. As this goes on, there's a bunch of more of personal questions. Basically, now it becomes the press conference of the actual press of the press conference. Like, what do you guys like to do in your spare time? What you guys, what your favorite shit is? Probably none of you answer, barring Huggus, on most of this. Maybe Rallis at some of this as well, because a lot of like the questions are directed to the shiniest individual. But a lot of these are superficial. You either lie or misdirect them.
Yeah, Alex just leads him to the. He does a lot of hard work and never gets rest because he doesn't need to.
I'd probably answer a couple of questions.
Okay, you answer some of them as well.
Yeah, I'd talk about syrup a little bit. Not exactly what syrup is, but just the fact that my pet likes to be fed and pampered and stuff.
Okay, your pet likes to be fed. Good to know. Some of the merchants are listening in.
And I'll just probably just talk about training regiments.
Yeah.
I'd probably ask if there are any healers or anything that would like to join us as well.
Interesting. As soon as you say that, an interesting hand points up. One who has been quiet this entire time. As she stands up, her white robes flow beneath and she walks towards the stage and she curtsies as well, and you see a little halfling with a huge ass backpack follow right behind her, and she says, "I'm her interpreter. This is our grand champion, at least for this region. This is Serendir, third leader of the Silver Hearts. We are the biggest mercenary group," she says, looking towards the speaker guy, and he's just like scoffs a bit. "And we also would like to not pledge our allegiances, but we'd like to offer our services. But we're not as arrogant as to say, and a lot of her shit is like just dulled out. Oh, bless you. A lot of her shit is just dulled out as she just keeps going on and on and on. But in your heads, all of you, you hear the voice of Serendir, and she says, I represent a much larger group of a mercenary band. That is correct. But I do not like how these nobles and lords and merchants have been treating you. Your choices do not have to be altruistic. Your choices do not, indeed, have to have a reason, nor an endgame. I wish to devote my services and wish to join you on the front itself. In a moment, I will quieten my friend, but allow her to speak.
Do I feel this is a two-way thing, or is she just seen?
You do feel a two-way thing. She is waiting for a response.
Know my enemy.
No, your enemy. She is as strong as you, level-wise.
Can I insight her?
Insight check. Make an insight. Yeah, sure. In the
What if
background, this little midget's
you-
still going like, "We are the best," and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And do you plan to make this announcement public?
And she nods.
Did
I wish personally to fight, indeed, the good fight. I wish to secure the future of this world. And when she says that, there's like a massive steel determination that you've never seen before in anyone, as her eyes just like flare up. That of a radiance you've seen previously only through visions, Kitty. She feels divine. She feels like she's not meant to be of this world. Like, it can't be Angel, but and she's not that strong. But she feels like a goddess.
Is Rycroft's nose going?
I look to the others, and I just raise an eyebrow, and like on our private link, I say, what are your guys' thoughts? She seems divine.
Yeah, let her in. She seems nice.
It's a matter of we need everyone wanting to protect this world, and she wants to protect this world. I don't really much care for Origins, since if Origins were one we're judging off, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yes.
Nor would I.
I direct my thoughts back at her, and I'm like, you would be most welcome.
She smiles, and then she just taps gently on her little halfling, and she's in the middle talking, going, "And might I add, are not... Oh, really? We have been accepted," she says, looking towards the crowd. And the crowd are like so fucking confused. They're like, well, what? Okay, she just grins and she goes, "My thing," and she gets a tap again. Oh, I shouldn't tell everyone that? Ah, okay. "This interpreter's job is done. I, Leia Peckles. Shit, I fucked up. Peckles of the Silver Hearts are glad to work with the Dragon Slayers." She's like sweating. She makes her way back to the to her seats. And Sarandir turns towards you guys, and she just nods and smiles. And you watch as, and then Leia Peckles says, "But it's not all without a demonstration of power." And you watch as, the same way the guy had split open the seas with like a laser rifle, you watch as Sarandir gets her axe, and she just does a swipe upwards. And it's a strike similar to Gerald's, as you watch maybe an infinite amount of distance of the water slashed. Not enough to part the waters like the blast, but the crowd goes "Ooh" and gives claps.
Real quick,
And,
judging from the slash, could Gerald make one bigger?
You're not sure if Gerald can match it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Gerald gives a big old grin.
But as she did that, you watch as briefly, like if you guys know of One Piece, like her arm that made the slash just went like full steel, like as if hockey, and it goes back to normal afterwards as she sheaths her axe once more. She does a curtsy to the crowd, and she walks back towards her friend, and Leia just goes has this like evil grin of like hee.
Do my tingles, spidey senses tingle at the hockey or nah?
I mean,
I just noticed it's.
do you have anything? You do notice. You're a strong enough fighter to have noticed. That empowerment briefly on the arm. Shit, Huggus. She could probably beat you in an arm wrestle.
It wasn't magic, right?
It was magic,
Oh.
but yeah, it wasn't of her own too. It seemed like make an Arcana check for me, I guess.
Hey,
It's
he is
fun
a wizard
seeing
after all.
characters
He
from
knows.
different campaigns and knowing exactly what they're about.
Yes.
Hey, at least we know Huggus can cast
7?
knock. So
Yeah. Just looks like a steel arm. Probably magic to empower her arm. Honestly, you've seen shit like this before.
Magic's magic.
All right. So the Silver Hearts, at least the Free Cities division is now working with you guys. Not under, with. But Saren specifically has expressed her want to protect the world as well. As this goes on, yes,
Sorry.
Kitty.
I just want to see if there are any more healers or alchemists or anything like that that would be.
Meanwhile,
A
Alex
bunch
is
of the
gonna look for
merchants that have
necromancers.
a bunch of the merchants that have already sort of pledged their like want to thing seem to be on the more creative and alchemical side. Some one would be a herbalist, I'd say as well.
Okay.
And as you mentioned, a call for healing. Bunch of the adventurers that were initially put by Gerald to be evacuation duty and shit like that, given their roles eventually, a bunch of them put their hands up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
So, yeah.
we will need healers as well as fighters.
They understand that, and they look towards you first, but they look towards Gerald. They seem to know that, yeah, they know that they're going to be assigned a role. So you can confirm that when they put their hands up, you do your quick math, scan, you have great eyes. It's like around 20, 23, 24 of them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Rycroft would like to stand up and call out, if there are any of you amongst these more land-orientated folk who would enjoy a sea breeze, or those that can feel the storms calling, my ship is at the docks.
The
Come with me and the
people
crew
look at
a
each
visit.
other. They look at each other.
And
A couple of them laugh. There's actually no one really raising their hand except for one person. And this is strange. The entourage that the Guardian Druid had consisted of 4 of his archdruids. And one of his archdruids just raises his hands up. Just this menacing looking this just dark skinned guy. He looks menacing with his war paints. And he just says, that sounds a bit traveling by the seas? Man, that sounds a bit fun. Yeah. I'd be interested. Maybe even show you a bit of the ways of Golden Leaf. What's the name of your crew, Captain?
Our crew goes under the name of our ship, the Defiant Chorus.
Defiant chorus. Then allow me to be a subservient verse. The name's Archer.
Welcome aboard, Archer.
Hmm.
Hopefully, we'll have many new seas and golden beaches to see again.
Golden beaches. I hope you didn't mean that in an accent way. I have my fair share of golden beaches at home. The three
Right off the
archdruids by
radio
him are
off
just
the
like
phone.
embarrassed and scoffing. This, and this is like one of the archdruids just of Golden Leaf, just like enjoying the whole show. He was the one going. The second person to like was saying yo and like what's up Fairwind City, like alongside August as well. Seems to be a very fun druid.
Rycroft immediately loves him.
Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting because as soon as one of the archdruids of Golden Leaf said that he's gonna be joining the crew, they immediately look to Rycroft like he's some sort of big deal. The merchants and the lords and go, oh, maybe we should send some of our representatives to join the crew and see how. And then there's like some murmurs and discussions, and then Archer just sort of like puts a hand, just like leans back, and he sort of just winks at the Dragon Slayers, like putting on a show to make sure that you all look good.
Clyde, this is a bit of a stretch, but the Archdruid gave me a token to say that I was like an enforcer for the druids. Do you remember what the item was? I've just got token written down.
I do. It was the symbol of Maya.
Is it like a coin or is it a?
It's in like a wooden coin, essentially. Yes. Most of the archdruids have this. You were given to it by a fellow archdruid, basically like a cop would to deputize someone.
I see.
Yeah, but you know, in the more serious sense, it's like a badge of Fairwind City. You know, he can actually go back to Golden Leaf. He could actually like perform covert operations and actually arrest people without being an actual cop.
That's cool.
If you ever wanted to, you know, for your home city, because the Guardian Druid knows what the fuck you're up to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Archer seems to look towards guys, seem to like squint at him, recognize him, but seems to look towards mostly Rycroft and is eager to see what adventures there is on his brief vacation. It seems. Archer would yeah. In the aftermath of all this, Archer would let you know, Rycroft, that he'd be working for the Dragon Slayers, but also working for you, only for a limited time, as he has responsibilities at home. But he'd be glad to go up on the voyage for a bit.
Sounds good to Rycroft.
All right. Nice. Is there anything else you guys wish to speak? Because the questions get more and more. It's more or less tedious. It's a lot of reinforcing the same stuff. Alex has been solidifying when people have been talking as being like the final word and stuff. It's more or less just guys kind of subtly hyping up the fact that he is looking for merchant recruits and assimilations. And guys, you're eating them up. There are a lot of people taking the bait. Taking the opportunity, the business opportunity to work alongside you. Yes. There are also people again pledging their allegiances, maybe even more than once and twice. And yeah, last but not least, there are people thanking you for your work. The mayor himself gives a brief, short speech, and he says, on behalf of Fairwind City and also the Free Cities, Dragon Slayers, we thank you for your work. Fairwind City has been listening to you this entire time, if you are not aware already. We'll be looking forward to... Addendum. I will be looking forward to your progress. And I wish you well. And officially, our support as well. For the Free Cities. He says, and Howard speaks out loud, "For the free cities," from his helmet. And the Guardian Druid speaks out loud, slams his staff for quiet in the room. This 10-foot staff that is just definitely overcompensating, with a like this wooden knotted claw that seems to like be grasping some sort of green energy in its center. And he says, "For the free cities." Bethany stands up with her sisters, and she says, "On behalf of the Empire, we pledge our support for the free cities and for the world." She just says simply. Her sisters nod toward the crowd and towards you guys, curtsying. And there's like murmurs and of like, "Oh wow, the Grail sisters have shown up," and like just that sort of like big deal as well, them making an appearance. There's Captain Rory speaking up once more, and he says, "For the Western Kingdom, for prominence, for our sovereign, and for the free cities." Spins the rifle, salutes. The Dogs of War, the Silverheart Company, and the speakers all stand up. "For freedom and for the free cities," Nathaniel Everhart shouts out loud first as he gets the jump, and he is the one to shout it out, and everyone just there's a chorus of just "for the free cities."
For the free cities and for the people.
Yeah. As you say that, and as all of this is just mimicked once more. There's a shout out there. The guy from Jefftown, basically. And he just says, "Yeah! For you, the Dragon Slayers! We love you!" And there's a bit of chuckle, there's a bit of cheers. But yeah, fuck that guy. But there's applause. And Alex and Kitty. And guys, actually. You three hear this. Massive applause. And rounds of applause from the outside as well. Deafening to you guys.
I mean to deafness.
Wait,
yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, you'd probably hear it too.
I just love it. It's just guys' reaction. Wait, I can hear this? Hold on. It's so good.
But yeah. There are then specific thank yous from people that you have interacted with it in the past. Funny you mentioned that in the chat. There are a couple of soldiers in which fought with you guys atop the mountain of Hill. Griffin Knight captains of Fairwind City, who explicitly give their thanks, and yeah, they also pledge their allegiance to the Dragon Slayers, and yeah, their mounts and themselves are yours. There are people in which seems to be quite unknown, it seems. Villages of the Jade Forest, in which you guys had done the earliest missions of the Dragon Slayers, have also become soldiers, and have explained that is where they came from, and have also pledged themselves to the Dragon Slayers. Some of them asking for where Nova is at the moment, and have also been mentioning that they also wanted to thank him personally. And then you get reminded, oh shit, where is Nova?
Oh yeah, he's dealing with that tree. Wait,
Yeah.
what's he dealing with the tree?
What's he doing with the tree, indeed? The aftermath lasts for 1 hour, 2 hours. All of you are dragged into this aftermath, even the ones that didn't talk that much, as a lot of the people would be very interested in the shiny shield of what seems to be Rallis, including what seems to be one of the sisters, in which eyes Rallis out and approaches, and she stops you there before you just walk out of the conference room, and it's just this girl with fiery pink and red hair. Looks a bit like Bethany, but is a much taller, much more endowed, and Yeah, you just kind of stare going, yeah, and she goes, eyes up here, thanks. You... What are you?
That is a difficult question to answer.
I'm not leaving until I get some form of answer.
Are there other people around, or is it just her? She like singled me out.
She singled you out. You were... This is at the cusp of you about to just sneak out of the conference. The aftermath of the conference. So there's an after party. It's like Katie's surrounded, Gerald's surrounded, Huggus is surrounded, everyone else talking in their respective clusters.
What do you see?
She approaches you closer. Her face like closer to yours. She just like looks, stares you down, and she sees almost nothing. As if your mind couldn't be read. But there's some of us that bypass that. Yet, past that, why do I see nothing? Why do I see empty? You're not related to the void, are you? You're not. Because if you're part of the true enemy, not even the Dragon Slayers can stop me from erasing you this very moment. She says, a very big warning.
I have, to my knowledge, no such ties to this void you speak of. I simply consume.
I am Sierra Grail, General of the Empire. I'll be watching you.
Let's be
Platinum
friends
Knight.
forever.
He would hold out his hand, like as if to shake hands, and the shield would go from like a sort of like the shiny platinum look with the symbol on it to almost like a black and sort of steel with the symbol on it. And he would say, I am the Devourer.
I'll remember that title. I wonder if it'll be important in the future.
Probably not.
Eli, she says, ignoring the attempt at the... Oh, it looks like a handshake to her. She just waves it away and she says, keep on playing. You speak the complete opposite of what your eyes show. All I see is ambition. As long as you use it for the world, I don't have any complaints.
You have been seen. And he would turn to walk away.
She does at the same time as well. Ooh, you haven't seen. That's cold.
Jesus.
I like that. I like that a lot. Very few people have seen this interaction. And Bethany's, there are some certain clusters that have to talk. There's Bethany with Gerald and Nathaniel. There is Howard with Alex and the mayor of Fairwind City. Interestingly enough. The rest of you can be in any of these clusters of conversations if you'd like. But until that, as you leave the press conference with perhaps now maybe a true enemy, but at least someone seeing something else within you, Rallis. And as everyone goes on with this after party. We pan on over to a now, for the first time perhaps in his 90 years of living, a very, very panicked Nova. And perhaps for the first time in her 300 years of living, Livia, just gobsmacked at how large this tree has just grown on their floating island.
Let's go.
And as we pan over to that and juxtapose it to the Fairwind City, that is where we'll end the session.
Bro.
Oh boy.
New map? New map? Roll at it? Come on.
Why would you plant it there? Oh my god. Oh.
Well, there was so many things it could have been. So I was like, I mean, most of them are not horrible.
The beans are actually just seeds for that is now going to be a sister of the world tree.
Oh,
what floating world tree, mind
Yep.
you.
Wow.
The last one I used.
Technically, before anyone notices, you guys can have your own supply of Drasil bark.
What?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Isn't that how illegal
You've just been
is
holding
this?
on to that this entire time.
Wait,
Legendary consumable. Sister world tree.
But because it's not the world tree, is it illegal?
Yeah, you rolled for how high of its max height, and you rolled for the days it took to grow. 2 days, it'll reach 79 out of 100. If you had rolled 100, you would have rolled an exact replica of the world tree, and that was gonna that would cause tremendous concern in the world.
Wait, Clyde. Very, very important.
How illegal is this?
Isn't the world tree the thing that's like, I guess it's not the thing, but it's a thing fighting it back against Bethany's causing of disruption and magic, right?
Yeah. Due to growing this, in 2 days' time, rangers and druids will have spellcasting increase.
Fuck. Not necromancers?
No.
You know, because necromancers, the druid,
No.
leader.
No.
Go talk to your Titan.
Tethered to life and death, you're not tethered to nature. Sorry.
I technically am. I have my abilities imbued in the world tree.
No.
No. Sorry,
aside
you have to go talk to your Titan.
Yeah.
Surely I get to like say, hey, we grew on a world tree. Can I have my powers back?
Nah, you're good.
So aside from location concern, this is a straight up buff. This is just...
Yeah, it's a straight up. It's a global buff.
It's
global buff.
How heavy is this world tree?
Oh, you don't know. It's not a day yet.
Will there be a future where this city moves, doesn't it?
There's a reason why Nova and Livia are panicking. They probably tried destroying this already.
Does this city move, by the way? Like this whole floating island, does it move?
Yeah, it does.
It does,
Maybe
right?
It might not move anymore.
Guys, idea.
Oh,
we
God.
turn this into a spearhead and ram it into Null.
Oh my god.
My god. I like the idea.
Oh my god. Oh no. No, wait.
The greatest plan ever.
The
How
Guardian
far would
Druid is
the
gonna
moves
roll
go?
in his bed if he figures it. Figures it out.
How far does it...
Oh, Clyde, real quick. Has this ever happened before?
Yes, but once, only once ever. A little bit of, I guess, sure, everyone roll a religion, history check. See if anyone knows.
History?
Yeah, sure.
History, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
History.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck's history?
Flat roll.
16.
7.
32, alright. That
19.
Guys!
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course it's guys. Of course it fucking is.
You'll never tell
Guys.
us.
He'll
You'll
never tell you,
us.
but guys, you would know. Yes. There have been not one, but 2 instances. You guys have fought there before. Those of you that rolled above 10 in history, oh shit,
Oh my god.
it's gonna be like the one in the Oasis.
Oh.
And then there's also one other, deep beneath, in the Underdark. The site of the Mouth of Mother, the main sort of the main altar of worship to Cholth. From underneath the very pools of the poison itself used to be the very stump of a sister tree that used to exist there. It existed only because of a peace treaty between the surface world and the Underdark. But through betrayal and cunning, that tree had been cut down and made an example, and is now the glorified sort of the glorification of ultimate betrayal for Cholth.
Huh.
Oh.
You know, Claire's realized it also buffs typhus, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
Speaking of-
fuck.
Yippee. Unintentional.
Unintentional W. Let's go.
Unintentional buff. Guys, all right, we have I have the aftermath messaging to talk about. We can still do that in roleplay if you'd like, but if you want to kick it off in text, let me know. I'll do that with you.
I want
There's
to do this
also
shit right now with me.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but man,
what the fuck?
I prepared a lot on that. I hope you guys liked the fancy press conference.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
still
good.
confused
It had
about.
me going. I'm like, fuck, for an entire week. How do I make a fancy press conference? I guess this is how. And then, yeah, it just came.
I will
the
say
only thing
this.
that surprised me was Bethany being there.
Yeah, that's
She had to give a little bit. Basically, some of the people planted themselves there on purpose, just in case you guys fucked it up somehow. They were they're gonna be your lifesavers if you guys did anything bad. But everyone talked pretty well. Callum's opening speech, Huggis's hyping speech. Everyone had pretty good talking points, and I'm like, fuck, I can't. The enemies, the few enemies that were placed there, they couldn't capitalize at all.
The best part is,
if I got shot by that gun, I would have negated every single damage it would have done to me. Cover level 6.
Damn.
I would have just negated the entire attack and just stood there like nothing happened.
You're like, nah, I'm good.
Someone else could have as well, Mr. Great Shield.
Yeah. I just like, oh man, there's a 1 in 6 chance I'm a fucking god right now. I'm gonna have to take it, surely. And I would have got it too.
Yes.
Does Kitty look a bit weird, like all dressed in like robes of a cleric, and then holding a frickin' shield that has like a skull and bones and stuff on it?
Oh yeah. You're like a juxtaposition. Because you're like a flaming girl with white robes and a black shield of death. You are epitome light cleric, but the shield is a bit off-putting. But you know, people don't think anything of it because they expect adventurers to be like dressed like Barbie, you know, like all sorts of things.
Like, that's my girl. She still has my shield.
Howard would have just
that shield saved my fucking ass, man.
Yeah.
Right after getting it too.
We have everyone who uses a shield in this party has such a unique shield.
Yeah.
Except for, I guess,
oh yeah, unique shield looks at Rallis. Fucking hell.
I am the devourer. How fucking ominous aura do you need to be?
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna have fun with that if he ever explains it.
I don't think you ever told him. Doesn't know he could eat a soul, could he?
Oh yeah, I never told him. He just tried it. I mean, you don't know.
Friendly,
who knows?
Friendly said something wrong.
So,
I didn't fireball kittens.
Don't take this the wrong way, but if I really want to eat your soul, this is what would happen.
Oh, you want him to eat your soul?
No, I vice versa. If I was like just
eat
out of
his.
character, I wonder what would happen if I did that.
Oh yeah, some cool shit maybe. I don't know.
I know I probably won't be able to eat
a soul and
Daunce's
find
soul.
out.
Actually, technically, I only absorb souls from people who live. If I try taking Daunce's soul, I might just die.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm alive. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for manipulating the audience to.
I also feel like if you tried to eat my soul, it would just be too muscly and gamey.
I'll be fully honest.
Audience that was looking for
your
a
soul,
window.
I don't think we'll have a problem. Mainly those two, because the Maker and the Mad Merchant.
Nah.
The Maker. Ah, yeah, the Maker. Yeah.
like I said, man, it would just be too muscly and gamey. It'd be like, God, this is horrible.
Souls don't have muscle. That's not how they work, Gerald.
Oh yeah, muscle game. Nathaniel Everhart.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah, we gotta find out what the fuck he's
Man,
doing.
I remember asking you that question. What was it, six months ago? Of, hey, if you had a sergeant that always followed you around, what would his name be? And Bingus told me, yeah, probably Nathaniel Everhart. I'm like, all right, I'll keep that in mind.
Everhart as in Evantown, that's a coincidence. But
Nah, but yes, good shit, you guys. Good shit.
I was tempted
You guys,
to bring the people with us.
you guys all had really good one-liners. And like
Yeah,
great
that's what you're paying
speeches.
attention to?
Yeah, dude. I didn't expect basic to go like that. Man, that was fucking hard. I was so
Yeah,
impressed.
basic win hard. That was cool.
That was he's loafing at the end as well. Where it's like, dude, who the fuck are you?
I will admit, by the way, I will admit that speech. When I asked Cloud, right? I asked Cloud in DMs. I said, "Am I the only one from the plains doing the speech? Do I represent them?" And he says, "Correct. Prepare it." When he said prepare it, I did ask to open Notepad on my PC and just start typing, and that's what came out. I read the whole thing line by line.
Basic. Did you? Totem's gonna have some words like, "Who the fuck is a skeleton?"
He would, but I feel like he would recognize one missing member. Yeah, like one missing member and the voice too. But yeah, he'll have a
recognize
sure.
Yeah, his voice is a lot more like calm as it was nowadays.
Yeah, he's distinct.
Alex only ever gets annoyed nowadays, which is not a good trait to have. But
Only gets annoyed. Yeah, I know a thing or two about annoying Alex.
Resting bitch voice.
You know what? Those
Permanent resting bitch face. He can't help it. It's a skeleton. It's a skull.
Dawn's made me this way. Think about it. It's a metal skull. Dawn's could have made it any way you wanted.
He's perma skull emoji. No.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Huge.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna head off.
Alright, GG's cat.
Yeah.
GG's
If you
cat.
enjoyed,
Thanks
well
for
done. Well done, cat. You did good.
Permanent skull emoji.
Oh, Clyde,
Yeah.
what's the plan for next week?
Same time as usual, guys. Except normal starting time, 7.
Yeah, but for what? Might I ask?
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Is this gonna be continuation like the downtime stuff, or?
Yep. Aftermath. If you wanna speed it up, you can do it in text. But I'm giving it the option now since I'm gonna be doing null Saturdays until there's another thing that opens up. I might as well just do everything RP with you guys, and I'm fine with that. If you want, just the usual. If you want actual like private stuff, look at your don'ts. It'll be DMs. Yes.
When's our next session?
Oh, I said that just before. Oh, were you deafened?
Yeah, next week
Yeah.
Saturday, normal
Next
time.
week Saturday, normal time, 7. So it's 7 starting time instead of an hour this time. An hour earlier. So yeah, 7.
So
I'll ping
normal
you-
time.
So yeah, normal
server
time.
time.
Yeah,
Normal
7
time.
server time. I'll ping you guys again.
Okay.
Don't worry. And I'll yeah, just put it in announcements this time that to put a time, proper time.
Yep.
But yeah, GG's.
Clyde,
Awesome.
I
Okay.
do got a question.
Catch you guys later.
See ya.
Hatcha, how tempted were you to make a bone throne for Alex?
Wouldn't be right.
Bone throw.
Bone throne wouldn't be right.
A bone throne. Bone throne.
That's not what Alex actually is. He's only been a skeleton for like a year and a half.
Exactly. I was honestly expecting the announcer to just not know us at all and just make stuff based on our appearances.
Basic. Well,
That'd be sick.
she
That'd be
made 2 based off your appearances for Rallis and Rycroft. But yeah, because there really isn't any information on Rallis, and there's only information that Rycroft he's wanted, you guys.
Yeah.
Give the skeleton an
bounty.
adamantite throne, will you?
Meanwhile, you just have me like I did not expect anything like I kind of just expected it to be basic, like just a basic type stuff.
I was
simple
expecting
shit,
a
yeah.
demon invasion any moment
Normal
during the
stuff.
session.
Me too. I was expecting the whole place would be raided, bro. Like some cliffhanger shit.
I like
you know?
throwing you guys into shit like that. Yeah, I know.
Clyde,
And
yeah,
baiting
is this
us.
something you can
love
answer?
that.
Is this something you can answer? What the fuck's with the sulfur?
You have no idea.
It's the tree.
It can be a lingering threat. It could have just been bad gas. You're not sure.
Bad gas consistently forever. How many? Jesus, that's a terrible town to live in.
It really is.
It's like Rotorua from New Zealand.
Yeah, that's bad.
Smells like eggs.
That's really bad.
With the
First
tree
thing that
now
came to
growing
mind
as is.
was fertilizer for me.
Fertilizer.
That's actually a fair. Yeah. Yeah, basic.
How big do roots of trees grow? Because
yes,
pretty.
Like yeah.
Because if someone was looking on the outside, they would be noticing strange jutting out spikes and portions of the floating island all of a sudden.
Like,
I will say, Clyde,
like
you
there's
did
two
say,
images.
He did say
There's two images in my
30
head.
feet from the inn.
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah, the inn's
Goodbye,
like.
inn.
Yeah, it's kind of it's just touching it.
Fucking.
The volume of the tree isn't very big. It's just the height that's a problem.
The inn has an expansion.
Yeah. Good thing you said 30 feet, because the volume of this trunk is 30 feet radius.
Well, I wasn't sure what it was going to be. And so I just figured 30 feet is a decent amount away.
I thought this was a bag of beans, and I thought there was a chance you just make a fucking bullet.
Yeah, it's
I was
gonna
like,
be
what the
Jack
fuck
and
is
Beanstalk type situation.
Wait, you thought it'd make a what?
Hungry bullet. You can make a bullet grow from a bean, and it starts rampaging throughout the entire town.
A bullet bullet?
Yeah,
Yep,
like a
underdog
bullet.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Why do you think I was so scared?
Nah. I know of this magic bean bag, and it's been there since how long? And it's one of my very first creations, legendary consumable.
It's a bag of
Magic
quote
beans.
unquote beans.
Yeah.
In my inventory.
Quote unquote.
Do you remember how you got it?
No
'Cause
idea.
I only remember of what it did.
Yeah, I don't know. Because last time it was like I planted a seed, a levia, and it was a like a normal bean. Because it was the tree that gave us potions. But I wasn't sure if all the seeds were the same or.
So you just decided to plant the entire bag.
Whoa! I thought about it.
Yep. Well, basically it's one bean. It's actually an unlimited bag of it. But if you decide to plant the whole bag, it consumes the entire consumable. But basically, it was an infinite bag of
world trees.
No, not world trees, but normal trees that grew random shit. Essentially.
This one just happens to be a world
Or I have here normal random fruits as well. So it could have random fruits and vegetables. So it could have actually gone into and grown into a peanut bush.
Yeah, because the last one was a tree that was fruits that were potions.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, you rolled pretty high there, probably.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, if he got lucky, he could have got the starfruit tree.
Yeah.
Yes, he could have. If you got unlucky, you could have gotten Now there was this one tree that you guys had ignored over in the Drow campaign, in one of the in the training area. This tree had pink leaves, and basically, if the leaves fall on you, they cut you up.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, he could have rolled that one.
Sunbon Sakura tree.
Pretty much, it was that was the inspiration. That was the inspiration. Yeah. It is a cherry blossom tree.
That guy that guy actually shot me and I rolled a 6. That would have been so underwhelming to the Hydra himself. It's like, this is a super powerful gun. Watch this. No scratch.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have not made his day. He would have been like, I guess I got the wrong gun. I apologize, and left.
Bro, It would have been really funny.
It would have been really funny. That I would have went to the Hydra since I can speak to him now. I'm pretty sure since he has interest in the scroll.
Yeah. Oh, good to have Null back, you guys. Good to have it, back.
I love playing high level characters because you just know you can do whatever the fuck you want, like in reason.
Yeah.
Within morality, it's like.
No, not even that. Morality isn't really the question. It's can you get away with without
I love
everyone
the-
else of high power wanting to kill you.
I love the know your enemy reveals every time from Bingus.
No, yeah, me. He's level 24 at least. What?
Yeah. This guy's level 3. Wait, what? This guy's level.
Wait, what?
This girl's level 20, the same as you. Whoa, what?
Oh yeah, Mason doesn't know who that person is, does she? The person with the hockey.
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bingus himself doesn't even know who Sarandir is, but the rest of you probably.
Yeah,
do.
she appeared in the Abyss campaign, or at least the Sovereign of War campaign before the Abyss
Oh.
started.
That's
Yeah,
what right?
That's
Oh,
what.
no.
Yeah.
No, Dasar would not know, but Dasar would know through an interesting inspiration and an interesting interaction. Do you remember?
Das convinced him to come with us for the auction.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
what-
first met there. So I know exactly
but
what
that's how
she
do you-
uses. Yeah.
Do you remember? An interaction in text about a prophet speaking about new gods?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember a guy called
Ooh.
Irisar Jahin?
Oh, wait a fucking minute.
Mason, remember how I told you that,
Shit.
in my opinion, Hedvig's only ever lost to a god
She-
in arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Remember how
Guess,
the
remember how
prophet
Clyde
talked
mentioned
about?
this? Oh, they can probably beat you in arm wrestling. Do they have
You
this?
remember how a prophet talked
Yeah.
about a sleeping god of destruction
person.
and
Oh.
a currently wandering vessel of the goddess of war?
Yep. Yeah. That shit.
Look,
Nah,
sounds
it was
culture.
at that moment. It was one of the few moments where I started fucking theorizing as well. Like, holy shit, so scary.
Clyde, you bought the arm
new
wrestling because of
gods.
Hedvig, didn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
New gods indeed. New gods
of
indeed.
course.
Looking to someone here that's listening.
Speaking of new gods, I got a
Man,
feeling.
it's just like
Speaking of new gods,
we have a
I just
few in
love
this
it.
call.
I'm just a normal guy in this endeavor. Like,
Same.
goddamn.
Fucking normal guy, bro. You've been literally possessed by an axe twice.
True.
Like,
That's just a normal Tuesday, okay? It's pretty
Yeah,
normal.
he looks at Sarandir's axe and he's like, it's probably bad news.
Yeah.
well, no, not the truth. This axe makes him happy. The other one wanted him to kill gods.
Yeah, true. No, other way around.
And
Titans.
Titan.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, kill Titans. This one wants me to kill gods.
that's right. I was chill of that for the sole reason of my Titan is a Titan, not a god. Yep, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
So yeah,
going on?
that,
Yeah, Nathaniel, huh?
yeah, Nathaniel, I want to get this done with.
Do you want? I'm kidding. Yeah, we do it next week.
What?
or in text. Up to you.
Well, I also promised Hex I was gonna play Overwatch with her.
Go ahead. Alright, I'm gonna go get some food. Good luck, guys. GG's.
GG.
Thank you.
GG's.
We
Guys,
out.
I'll go cut back on so we can play some
Thanks
Baldur's
for
Gate.
Yeah, we out.